Well, the moment has arrived, and I'm sure we've all been waiting. FaZe Clan, G2, the final game of group stage, and for G2, it could be their last.
I cannot wait to watch this match simmer away. For FaZe Clan, of course, they are locked in first place. This match does not change that result, but they could enter the playoffs with the scalp of G2, and that is a title that many teams would love to claim. We have to go all the way back to Manchester, the last time G2 were grouped at an S-tier event in the main circuit. They will be eager to escape that fate, but of course, they need a win against the reigning champs.
We head to Fortress for this first map. The Bands, Kaid, and Bandit, along with the Monty and Grim. FaZe Clan played Fortress yesterday against D+. They won at 7-5, so that was actually rather close. G2, they've never played it, but they've also never banned it. If you want to add the little asterisk there, it's an important comment to make because it does suggest that they're more than comfortable, fine to go to Fortress. Well, we'll put that to the test now. This is the map pick of FaZe. And again, to reiterate, G2 don't have to win 2-0. A 2-1 is more than fine.
Yeah. They'll be looking to play themselves into this series as best as possibly can.
They do have to win, though.
10 seconds to go.
Yes. One map's not going to do it. Not going to cut it. Begin defense Fortress.
5 seconds left before
It is by far and away the most defender-sided map so far at Six Invitational. Surprisingly, it's actually started to rise up the ranks in maps played as well. I believe this will be the 8th time now that we've seen Fortress. They're starting to just slowly make its way into the map pools of teams. As we begin FaZe on the attack, Cyber on the Deimos is going to be so critical. Finding information with those death marks. Later on, Souls on the Ying as well with those Candelas for the eventual execute alongside Vidiking on the Blackbeard. Let's not get it twisted. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Full-blown, best of 3, win and you're in for G2. It starts now in the opening round, but it's all not won and lost in this opening round.
Command Office Bathroom, first side of choice for G2. It's had the highest pick rate of all 4 objectives on Fortress across the 7 times it's been played so far here in Paris. In those 32 rounds, the attacking win rate has been 37.5%. FaZe, of course, with a reputation, and numbers reflect that, of being a slow build-up team.
14th for entry time FaZe. In contrast, G2, when they're on the attack, 4th fastest, and we saw a lot of that yesterday. Here we go at the window. Cyber, can he make first contact? And Dallas in early as well from Souls. And it's causing movement on the defense, but Moira is the one to find the early kill onto KDS. Soul straight in through top stairs. And it's a trade back and forth between both teams, evenly now matched at 3 versus 3. One gas babe left for Alamau.
Clean from Stompin, stalled out that push a little bit. Netted a kill.
What a swing though from Blaz. And all 3 do connect for 1 apiece as G2 will get the opening round. Slow-paced, steady attack from FaZe doesn't quite work. G2 were ready for the push. They were able to counterpunch perfectly. And in the end, the trio for G2 get it done. There's your opening round on defense. Good way to shake off the cobwebs.
Absolutely. FaZe are the #1 attacking team at the event so far. #3 on defense. That's relevant for the second half. And backtracking a little bit in terms of the opening kill discussion, yes, one of the slower teams, but also one of the most unsuccessful in netting opening kills. Again, despite being 1 on attack, 3 on defense, they are number 18 out of 20 in the opening kill department. Funnily enough, though, when they get that opening kill, when they get that opportunity, they are the best team at the event for conversion. So if they could just uptick the opening kill stat a little bit, find a little more success in the early round, that could be a telling metric in this match.
Yeah, but that opening kill metric is the strength of G2. They're first in that, right? So like that's hard to overcome that. So for FaZe, it's just going to be a matter of can they get the trades? Can they bring it back to these 3v3s, etc., like they kind of did in that last round?
Attackers are heading out to defuse.
We head to Waiting in Cafe, which, by the way, this is actually the site that you want to be on for defense. 71% defensive win rate on this first floor site of Fortress at Six Invitational. 3 nitros for G2. Doki will go on the Thorn, and as we've also progressed through this tournament, Thorn just continues to rise in pick rate. Those Razor Blooms continue to make a big impact.
Yeah, there's been quite a lot of chatter on this particular site. Is it favored to be extending up above and playing vert for below, or instead playing for area denial instead? Because playing top floor, it's quite challenging to peel back towards the objective, tricky to hold, and a little bit easier for the attack to maybe cut off those rotations. So it looks like G2 opting for that ladder strategy with the Tachanka and the smoke. They can stall out space. They have traps for Doki as well. Lair can gather info, and Stompin can look to anchor on that Warden. As expected, Faze do take that space again, vacated by G2, focusing their efforts directly on that objective. I mean, I say that horizontal spread actually quite wide from G2 currently. And Faze, I'm sure, will be eager to try and maybe cut one or two of these players off. In the meantime, Doki, he snuck over towards Museum as well, so there is some second floor pressure. But speaking of pressure, Cyber, what a shot.
What a shot from Cyber, pushing down main stairs. Clean headshot, got them the opening kill. Recall back to the stat you brought up, 82% conversion first. When Faze gets the opening pick, oh, another one from Cyber. Shuts down Stompin. 3 for him so far in this game already. With Souls getting rid of Doki, it's only Alamau and Blaz in a 2v4. Death Mark activated from Cyber onto Alamau. 1 HP towards Infirmary. Gets the elimination onto Handy, so converts that kill. Here comes the dinner plate though from Blaz. Up close, can he get the swing kill? No, KDS. Quick reaction. Away from the Razor Bloom as well after finding that pick onto Blaz. And only Alamau, low health, against some old friends from Brazil. Push in. Gets rid of Cyber. Shoots him in the back. And it is a split for KDS and Souls. Souls just outside the bomb site in the main hallway, and KDS is the one that finds the angle. Faze on the board, and they take the best defensive site on the attack. Big statement from Faze.
And a really good highlight of this team's ability to snowball advantage. Cyber, great work on that front line. Lands his shots, pushing forward, creating space. Doki's impact on the flank was nullified. There's a replay of that initial shot. Laura gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Stompin tries to make a play back, understandably so, but also shut down. Faze were patient. They're such a suffocating team to play against. You always feel like you're having to second guess making plays. It's
got to
one of
stay
their
disciplined.
big strengths. Exactly.
Just got to trust the process. You know that Faze are going to creep, slow push. They're not going to go for rushes all that often. It's rare. Back in the process, you've done the prep work. You know that how Faze likes to play. No matter how much you know how Faze like to play, it's another thing in dealing with it. The reigning champions for a reason.
This entire match is about G2. Can they hold their nerve? Can they turn pressure into diamonds? That is the key storyline in this matchup, and it has been a talking point for years. Can this roster withstand pressure?
Yeah, and the pressure's at the highest point right now, facing elimination, and not just elimination, but getting grouped. All things considered, it's one thing to go out maybe early in playoffs. It's a whole nother thing for such a top roster to get grouped. Long ways to go, but a good start now for Faze, finding that early attacking round on a very difficult bomb site. We now go games dorms.
Reloading.
As we'll bring the Tachanka once again. Similar lineup across the 3 sites here from G2, so keeping it rather compact with their operator selections, not messing around too much, wanting to keep it pretty default, clinical. See the IQ for the first time now from Handy. And drone work on Fortress is going to be so important as teams become accustomed to the map and where positions are and what gets played. Doki's made first contact at the window. Good early contact from Doki. Wanted the pressure, went towards it, and found the kill onto the Deimos. That's a big pick for G2. Doki is the standout for this roster so far. He's in the top 10 for EPS performers. They're going to win this series. They need Doki to play well. He does get traded by Handy eventually. We end up in that 3v3 situation again, like we were in that opening round. This is fine if you're G2.
And this is Stompin's time to shine. Being pinched. Dodges the frag grenade, unable to escape unscathed.
But that's good clear now for Faze, because they can take the space left behind by Stompin. Andy's just maintained over towards Museum, holding his position. Souls will probably have to go back out and get that diffuser on the floor at the moment. Still loads of time remaining, despite the fact that FaZe might not be the fastest
Attackers
of
recovered the
teams.
diffuser.
They use their time well. They are a very good time management roster.
And their drone economy management this round as well, rather strong. They still have information available to flick around in the last minute of the round to try and identify where these defenders may be anchoring down.
LML slips from tower back into games, but KDS is making his way towards this exact location. Now, LML still has a gas bait in pocket. KDS opening up more entry positions. Stompin' gets tagged up. I think that might have been from Handy, who has now rotated off of that position. Want to try and play through KDS's entry. But he is hesitant. But Lair will find a way to get involved here. He's just rotated back towards site. He's full health. And with that DMR, he can make a big impact and does do just that. Here comes the Demon. KDS caught towards Storms. Soul still outside. Does get the kill onto Stompin', but the Demon will activate, comes in clutch towards the end of the round to find 2 crucial kills with that DMR.
Yeah, the first one, massive onto Handy. He had a key position, cutting that site in half and making it so challenging to deny the plant. There was a lack of plant denial utility available there for G2 late round. Gunfights, one of their better win conditions. They back themselves in, land their shots, keeping FaZe on their toes, and they lead at the conclusion of that first rotation. The additional bans in play, or I suppose taken out of play, Warden, Ying, they'll nullify.
Just nullifying each other. The Warden was played once back in the second round, and the Ying played once back in the first round as we go to the highlights.
But you look at G2. No smokes, no nitros. If KDS can creep forward, try and plant, he has that coverage. G2 would have had to charge forward, try and deny plant. They're also contesting outside breach. But by winning that first fight and applying the pressure to FaZe, it broke down.
Lair with a 3K multi-kill round as G2 retake the lead. 1 round at a time mentality for G2 in this series. 2 of the 3 opening kills, all 3 have now been converted. And the difference in that particular round compared to the first 2 was actually Doki getting that early kill at the window. He creates the opportunity for G2 being a bit more active on the defense, denying that window position for FaZe. Also wanted to get more into the face of FaZe rather than allowing them to slowly enter the map, slowly set themselves up. He disrupts that attack by finding that early kill onto Cyber. And that also then eliminated the Deimos from the picture.
Back to bathroom we go. And the Ying ban likely prompting the pivot here from FaZe. They'll bring the Blitz into play. That's comparable to the Blackbeard that they did pick previously, but the Glaz, for me, very intriguing. Can be used to try and gain space in some of these exit fights, especially. Again, as well, Warden banned out. That is also prompting this particular selection, and it makes those contesting the fringe of the map potentially in awkward positions. You think about maybe Stomp and Horse again, for example. If you post up the Glaz there and he's able to push forward, self-sufficient with his smokes, that could be an intriguing battle. But there's a couple of other particular positions as well that G2 may find increasingly challenging to contest.
Ying is, by the way, one of the more played operators for FaZe. It's in their top 3 operator selectors. And so that ban takes that away from them. They shift over to the shield op now with the Blitz. Not quite as much their forte. Really want to see G2, though, feel confident enough to keep wanting to take these fights against FaZe. We've gone back to command bathroom, by the way, as we see it for the second time. Back in the first round, was won by G2 rather comfortably. Roll tower now for Vidiking, clearing on out with this Blitz. But no one close by from G2.
Yeah, pretty aggressive peel back closer towards site for the defense. Cyber to lead the charge. So he'll go games on this particular occasion, then look to maybe push the likes of Doki out of his position courtyard. LMAO as well playing a trade from that particular portion of the map. And then KDS will post up. So he'll be the one to likely contest Horse through to cannon, etc. Oh, under fire.
Doki's going to be one to watch here over towards Courtyard. He just got tagged up as well. So he's going to be, again, the one that wants to try and make the early contact for G2 on the defense, try and draw some of the attention away of these attackers from sight to him, especially playing that Thorn, bait them into the Razor Blooms. It is Stompin that gets rid of Handy. Pushing back into Bathroom. He's now safe on... Never mind. Faze have got the angle. Creating pressure around the site now for Faze, trying to get Cyber into a position with this Glaz where he can have the most impact. The Blitz, a nuisance there for Doki, but they've got the numbers. They got rid of Cyber, so they've dealt with this Glaz, a big piece of attacking power off the board now for Faze as G2 starting to really shred this attack of Faze. Pistol out doesn't matter because Blaz is just hitting headshot after headshot. 2 for him in the round. It's only Souls that's left. This should be a third for G2. Don't forget, this is the map pick of Faze. So far, a perfect start for G2. Into red time for Souls, 3 players left standing. No time as Lair pops back up. He gets the kill. It's a 3-1 lead for G2.
Bro, we wasted so much utility there, fell back.
That's exactly right. Doki stealing the words out of my mouth. Faze go for the wave push. They go for the map clear. Nothing wrong with that. A rather simplified attack, especially on a newer map of the pool. But they don't extract value from the utility. The Glaz was key in that round, the smokes. They had to try and find some more value. G2 did a phenomenal job in not feeding into the wing conditions that Faze were trying to force. And it's a discussion point that got brought up earlier, right? Discipline, discipline, discipline. Don't give Faze any opportunities. You have to essentially give them 0 chances to find kills back, especially through the mid-round. And they've done that phenomenally there in round number 4.
They'd be pretty happy with their start so far, but again, it is defend-decided this map. But G2 is also an incredibly potent attacking team themselves, but no better than Faze. Faze, the best team at SI so far with a 63% attacker win rate. Sometimes, though, it's just mapped in.
10 seconds left.
We go back to waiting in Cafe. This is a site that should be strong for G2. Couldn't quite win it last time. That was the one round that Faze was successful.
Attacker's objective is to locate a
4
bomb
straight
and
open and kill conversions is setting the tone here on Fortress. You get that pick, such a big advantage.
Lair.
Oh my god! Oh, KDS, that's a sharp shot. I thought Lair was the one in maybe the better position to find that kill through the window, but KDS was ready.
Setting up a sequential breach.
And on LAN as well. Great start for Faze. We'll see if that open and kill conversion continues. It's a strength of theirs as well. But this will really put G2 to the test.
Tracks out.
Golden opportunity for Faze to find 2 attacking rounds on Fortress. Newest map in the pool, naturally tilting very hard towards defense here at SI so far. They've afforded themselves control up above. They have the ramp vert, and they'll now be able to pressure down in towards the objective. Flush G2 out, force the scatter effect down below in towards site, weakening this defense.
No one above either for G2, so full top floor control for Faze. They've brought the Rams or the Boogie Auto Breacher can open up some sight lines, play the vert. In fairness though, where a lot of that vertical is being opened up, but G2, there's no one really directly below it, but it still creates that presence later on in the round as G2 members are forced out of those more safe positions and Faze then still keeps someone above. That's when the threat will really come.
Vidaking finding a couple of key pieces of information here. Spotted Dorm, spotted Soda. He's relaying that to the rest of the team. And Faze will be eager to action. Hard breach now in towards site. So the pressure is mounting bit by bit against G2.
I mean, they're just waiting really into the final minute saying, okay, well, we've got our set positions, got to win your ones. And they'll create maybe a 2v1 here against Handy. He's just kind of sitting back though towards music. We'll look to push forward. Big pick from Cyber. Doki. And they get the guard break here onto Vidaking. This is just bullying though from Vidaking. Nowhere to go for Doki. Shot in the back in the end by the pistol of the Blitz. Alamount Stompin need to play the time. There's 30 seconds left. Can they delay? Win their fight. Desperately needed. The Stompin wins the battle over towards Gun. Vidaking is low health on that Blitz with the case in pocket. making his way now in towards waiting. Side control is there for Faze, but Alamau close by can still look to try and deny this plant. Needs to get help from Stompin. Plant to go down from Vidaking. Need to deny this so there's no vert play later in this round. All three members of Faze though are on this first floor. Vault over from Stompin, but right in your face is that blitz of Vidaking. But he keeps the shield up, doesn't go for the pistol, and in the end will get punished. Stompin's found 2 in the round. As we enter the post point now, it's shotgun time for Stompin, but it's Handy with the headshot, and Alamau now has this 1v1 opportunity. The flashes to ring out, Alamau's full white, Handy stays alive, shotgun out from Alamau, and he can't land it. Handy's so good! Wins the clutch for Faze against Alamau.
2-3, the scoreline. Faze just convert. Alamau given an opportunity, but unable to convert.
What was that, 2v4 at one point, I believe, towards the end of the round? This was the start, by the way. Just what a shot from KDS.
The drive-by. Love this push forward from Vidaking. Got a lot of value from the blitz in the last minute of the round. Faze then poised themselves. A great flame from Souls as well. Really constricting Alamau and Stompin. Prevented them from denying the plant. The retake attempt was phenomenal.
Just needed to land one shot onto Handy.
Oh, he just holds his nerve.
He's so good.
One of his massive strengths.
One of the best players in the world is Handy. Back-to-back SI Grand Finals for a reason.
Attackers have
Final
discovered
round
the
of the
location
half.
of a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion.
While it's not must-win for G2, it goes a long way on a
5
very
seconds left
defender-sided
before
map. You want 4. They need 4.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Faze are more than happy with how things are working out in regards to the blitz usage. They'll bring it again through Vidaking and the Glaz. This time, though, played by Souls rather than Cyber. So a switch-up in personnel. The operator pool, though, for G2, by the way, has been very similar across all sides. Thorn 5 times, Smoke 6 times, Azami 4 times. Aruni's been played every round but 1. Tachanka's been a couple. It's very similar operators here from G2. Doesn't matter the site.
4 Deathmark targets available here for Cyber, who's been looking to get very active as a frontline Deimos. Handy to resume the role of Twitch in this particular round. Seeking out information, and he can deal with that if required. Also just leading the way to allow Cyber to take this space and can then be a threat on the first floor. All eyes on Glaz though. We didn't see it be particularly impactful last time out from Faze. Once the Warden was banned out, G2 didn't play into its hands positionally. They were great and were disciplined. Maybe Faze can force a little bit more pressure here.
Oh, pressure on Blaz towards Old Tower. Alamau also getting targeted by the Deimos, so they're trying to go for this push through tower. Vidaking as well with the push through, gets the kill onto Alamau. Wonderful aggression from Faze. They switch the tempo, catching Alamau off guard. And there wasn't a lot that Blaz could do because he got U-killed off. He was in a position to try and help Alamau. Once he got forced back, Alamau's on an island. And they just keep on pushing. This is the strength of Faze when they're at their best. Not a lot that G2 could do in that round. Perfect utility usage from Faze. Round's not done yet. Oh, never mind, it is. There was a frag grenade kill as well, actually, involved at the end. 3-3 at the half. Faze will be very happy with that first half.
Yeah, we saw Blitz 3 rounds in a row from 4 through 6. And as we could see there on the last 2 occasions, it was highly influential. A good work from Vidaking. A 3-3 scoreline. It pitches Faze as being in a very, very formidable position now.
Not a guarantee by any means. So we go through the bans as we head into the second half. Monty Blitz and Kaid Bandit.
It's a double shield, double electrification. We free up hard breach, but of course strip away that shield usage a little bit. As we look back at that previous round, as Vidiking charged forward, and G2
Throwing frag grenade.
fortunately couldn't produce much to stop it.
Attackers have dropped the bomb to
Yeah, really unfortunate there for
They got
Faze.
absolutely crunched. Really nice attack.
Cool, calm, and collected for Faze. Again, nothing to gain from this match other than the satisfaction of sending G2 home. And also continuing to build form heading into playoffs
They're playing to win.
as a top seed, and I guess you could even argue now maybe the favorite for the Hammer, considering who's topped the respective groups thus far, the
5 seconds remaining.
historic nature of this roster. Could they make it 3 straight SI appearances?
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Grand final appearances.
Practice care and caution.
Well, the
Only
emphasis on
with
the
a
final, I
point.
would have thought is, yeah, I should have mentioned that.
You're right, again. Number 1 attack, number 3 defense. Going to top their group. On paper, I think objectively they are the favorite at this point in time. But a long way to go, and I'm sure the playoffs are going to throw up potentially more curveballs than even the group stage did.
As they always do.
This round though, after we go, round 7, we saw Vidiking hide the clash. So we'll see how G2 adjust to deal with that. A shield of their own in play, the only one left, Blackbeard, if you discount Fuse. Deimos also to be selected. 5 death marks available, so reflecting some good prep / early round drone work from G2.
Tracker on the prowl. Got eyes on him.
Don't keep pushing in through lobby.
Eyes is active.
Now, he's got no horizontal pressure, so Doki can kind of play for free. I mean, yeah, there is the clash towards tower stairs. KDS has got rid of Lair, but also himself. Oh, wow, the clash. It's almost like it just sucked in Doki pressure-wise. It said, come to me, and he's got some friends. An easy kill onto the Deimos. And suddenly this attack for G2, who have wanted to bring pace to begin this second half, is just non-existent. Faze with the trump card, the clash having an impact. KDS found a kill early on, including himself. Just so much firepower from the defense that G2 were not ready for. Faze will take the lead for the first time on this map, unless Stompin pulls off a 1v4, which he cannot. Easy kill in the end for Souls.
A lockdown defense from Faze to kick-start the half and perhaps setting the stage for what could be quite a dominant second half. They've looked really strong here on Fortress. They've looked confident. They have a pretty direct game plan. G2 need to find another gear, and still not convinced they can find that here on the opening map.
Yeah, unfortunately for Doki, just overextended. Difficult to push up there, left side hallway, but then also the close right side. You got the clash in your face. Faze looking very comfortable here on Fortress.
Reloading!
Not to remember, this is the very first time that we've seen G2 play this map. In fairness, Faze have also only played it once prior to this, which was yesterday against D+, a 7-5 result.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Switch up from G2 onto double primary hard breach for
Attackers
the
are moving
following
to defuse a
round.
bomb.
The mighty Deimos brought to his knees. Boy, not one more word out of your yapping.
Game
trap.
storms for the 8th round. Faze in the lead for the first time on their map pick. Clash once again. I know that GT like to play fast on their attack, but maybe a map like Fortress is just naturally going to have to slow them down, take their time, play more into the drone game, gain more information, communicate. Not really the kind of map where you're just going to be able to run around and try and take isolated fights. It's all very horizontal, spread, compact defense around the site. Not really too many vert battles either, where you can kind of split, you know, where you have a 2-3 split, two below, 3 above. Fiber on the Mozzie is the only one that is offering something on the first floor for Faze.
Not true.
Dracel pre-placed.
So Vidiking can play that from the safety of Clash and then relay that information back.
Thanks, too.
Could be quite a spicy way to open up the account for Faze. Some Grim utility to create a little bit of space, and Hardbreach getting to work now from G2.
As Doki makes his way to second floor, by the way, it means that Cyber's presence is probably not noticed.
Nitro doesn't land, mind you, was used.
That obstacle clear for G2. Push forward. Doki. Again, it's the clash. Throws the frag grenade. Wants to just keep on moving. Take some space here for the attack. But he's going to go down. Cyber has lost his life to Stompin. Is there a world in which they can safely retrieve Doki, protect the president, get him back alive? Needs to keep on crawling to safety. You have Stompin on the Blackbeard. They can keep that shield up, and they will get the revive onto Doki. They've got the player advantage. But how are they going to get past this clash?
Yeah, Vidiking holding strong, doesn't want to back down too quickly. Sensing that time is now potentially slowly becoming a problem for G2. 45 seconds on the clock.
Slowly but surely, Faze are getting pushed back to Dawn's games. They're now basically playing sight, all four of them. They're slipping in and out of positions, keeping G2 on their toes. Stompin with a big responsibility here on the Blackbeard to try and push in, take space. Others then must follow in behind. Needs to be careful to not get that shield guard broken. Nicely done. Stompin got the close angle fight one against Handy. Pistol shot for KDS from the floor. No go. Souls goes down. G2, that's far more clinical. Solid team play from G2. Didn't panic when Doki went down. Took their time, got the revive, hit some good shots. Tied once again. 4-4.
Yeah, great flood. Able to exploit one of the weaknesses of Dorm's games being that for actual on-site play, limited areas for the defense to really post up and anchor. We could see as the push came through how open that defense was, so little position to play.
You feel very hemmed in.
Once you lose that utility when you're fighting the early chokes, which we saw, it leaves you so vulnerable to trades late round. And so G2 with a really good flood were able to exploit that.
Well, they needed that one because Faze had rattled off 3 straight rounds. 2 to close the first half, 1 to start the third. And it also gives G2 a confidence booster because they've now got an attacking round on the board already. So now at least they know they can successfully do well on the attack.
10 seconds
Waiting
left before insertion.
in Cafe for the 9th round. Now this
5
site
seconds
in
remaining.
particular was not won at all by G2 on the
Attackers are heading out
defense.
to defuse a bomb.
Tried it twice, Faze were able to take it twice. But coming into this game,
Reloading!
well, that was the site in which teams did struggle with on the attack. Ooh, oh, and Souls though. At the 2-minute 45 mark, he's just down 2. The round is over. Within 30 seconds, 4 players of G2 are dead already. Blaz is the only one left. And the smartest option right now is maybe to just soak up the clock. An impromptu tactical timeout. Well, he takes the free kill against Vidiking sitting at the window. Does have 2 adrenal surges, make that 1, but it's not really going to get his health fully all the way back up. Just maybe above half. Dynamic start to the round though for Faze as G2 just get completely caught off guard.
Yeah, Souls over towards Hamam, seemingly unaccounted for. They had a preset line of sight. First kill was pretty straightforward. The second was a nice flick.
A nothing round though for G2, which is what you can't afford.
Yeah.
You've just kind of given one back for free. Didn't even get to test the site. Didn't even get to test Faze's defense. As we head into the 10th round though, we do require more bans.
We've also had word that there will be a timeout called after the ban phase. I can only assume that it has been prompted by G2, given what took place in the previous round. Deimos out, Clash also on the bench.
Clash makes a lot of sense here for this ban. G2, timeout.
For Master now, guys, like as Cal said, like they don't not the whole thing there. So like I think like we start like with the Astro, like is the gap, like but be aware we can also like if you saw like they change and they extend to there.
Can jump Zulu and
can jump Zulu window, okay? And Laura Demos is below. I think we already go straight on to blue. Okay, so we already like we're playing like already split positions, okay? I think.
Wait, you don't want me to do the demos below?
No, it's ban. They ban, so you just go straight to blue, okay? And then like I think like for kitchen and bunks, guys. I think for bunks like it was very good. Like we play for the home clear is what's working for us against them. Like we chase the kills. Like I just think like maybe like we can flip for a tower, like someone like to like 4-1 next round, okay? If you do repeat the same, okay? And for kitchen, the Dyna is low, okay? Dyna is low to open.
Yeah, it's fine. Go on. Go boys.
Let's go, guys.
So 4 of the last 5 rounds now to Faze. G2 is just kind of clinging on right now here on Fortress. It is Faze's map pick, but this is a good free shot. Fortunately, in this round, though, well, I mean, they were just target practice, really, for Sol.
Cover the bomb diffuser.
Yeah, Sol's perfect line of sight, lands his shot, UMP, landing the required shots. And then Blaz was still running towards the building, and the round was essentially over at that point. Faze untested on that site. Round 10, we go.
Changing mag.
And the Cav in play.
Wow. Well, I mean, Faze can do these kind of shenanigans, can't they? That's the thing. They're locked in, top spot in the group.
There's nothing to lose.
Have some fun with it. Go for alert Cav play. G2 might not be expecting that. From G2's mindset, again, like because they're fighting for survival and so much importance from their side of things, they're going to keep things safer rather than going for that high risk, high reward. Well, Faze can do whatever they want right now, and that's going to be Cyber on a Cav. Go towards Haman.
Yeah, we have seen G2 typically have at least one lurk on first floor. Now, typically that was with Deimos. Faze did ban that out. There's still potential for likes of maybe Blaz or Lair, for instance, to find a position down below, post up. And that's where they could be vulnerable to the Cav, especially if it has been unsighted by the attack. Again, Cyber was hiding inside of bathroom to try and prevent G2 from spotting him out.
Obviously, Cyber, but goes without saying, is going to be one to watch as he sneaks his way through on that first floor. It is command bathroom. G2 will have more of their focus on this top floor.
So a foothold old tower and yellow ping's available ground now to be taken subsequently by Alamau. Ranged hard breach on the ace, and that will be useful for the transition as they start to try and accumulate pressure and lines of sight in towards bathroom. But there is Vidaking onto Loira. Dokubi on the ground and no more logic bombs in play.
Just can't afford that if you G2. Faze convert more often than not on their opening kills. And without the Dokkaebi, only used the one call, won't get the second one. Doki's importance here in clearing out some space. The Cyber, by the way, is now pushed up into Old Tower.
Here we
Cyber
go.
is right behind them on the Cav. He sees one, could go for more. Trigger discipline, but he's not even needed right now. Sol's already got the kill onto Doki. Bye-bye. One tap Alamau. Blaz responds quickly. But it's already the damage done on the flanking Cav as Alamau sits bleeding on the floor. Blaz needs to get him back up, and he gets tagged. Very low on health. Up close. What a swing from Stompin', but Sol's with an incredibly quick reactional kill. 3v2. Blaz and Alamau very low on health.
So low. Grinding their way towards the objective. Feels impossible, but maybe not.
Can they find a miracle? They need the miracle. Something just to rev this team up. Light a fire within them. Souls and Handy, so much experience. So much better health. A gas babe for Handy, so crucial in a match like this.
Souls at the line.
And Souls hasn't peeked to the doorway just yet, and he knows that Alamau wants to be pushing down that hallway. Slips in. Handy still has that gas babe. Watching and covering will be Blaz. Souls swings. He's played his position perfectly. The gas babe was thrown out, no longer there, and available for Handy. Blaz, you got 10 seconds. Souls' positioning is exquisite as Faze have got map point.
Souls makes the DMR count. Perfectly played. He did his job. G2 actually had a drone inside of bathroom, and if that role was not fulfilled, it could have been a far more intriguing round, and G2 could have found a win con, but not to be. 6-4 lead Faze, and a technical pause, I believe, has been called.
Look back at this round, a swinging Vidiking, and in a lot of those battles, they've gone the way of Faze. It feels like every time it's a 1v1 direct fight, Faze just continue to win those. G2 have maybe done a little bit better in their pushes and team fighting. The Cavs did have an impact in the end with the rotate up old tower in behind. Alamau had no idea, copped a bullet to the back of the head. Blaz with a very quick trade though. G2 need 2 rounds straight now to force overtime. And the maps after this are Lair and Border. Need to remind everyone that G2 can still get out of groups with a 2-1 result. It does not need to be 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be looking to play the long con in this particular veto. Fortress, at least from my perspective, was always a nice to win, but not a must-have for G2. They have depth elsewhere than, as you said, Lair, Border. They've tapped into their strengths elsewhere. As the admins look to resolve the technical gremlins that have taken a hold.
Just add the tension. It's just there. I swear they do it on purpose sometimes, just to extend. Dawn Game's coming up for the next round, and
hello.
Get a nice little wave from Handy. Oh, still going. Not quite Harambe-esque.
Not the double wave. Maybe some kind of issue related to coach comms, if I had to guess, but...
Well, this being map 1, the tension's still not really at fever pitch level, right? Like, there's the second map for G2, their map pick of Lair. Border itself as the decider is a very, very good opportunity for G2 because it's the permaban map for Faze.
There's really no reason for G2 to start stressing until
we're like halfway through Lair and things aren't going well. Exactly. Then yeah, that's when you start stressing.
At the moment, this is just warming into the series. Little expectation to win this map. Of course, they'll be fighting hard. There's still an opportunity to push this overtime.
They started really well. They're a 3-1 up to begin for G2, and then Faze have won the last 5 out of 6 rounds. That's a statement. We're back into the game, by the way, as the technical pause is coming to an end. Game Storms for this 11th round.
And this is the site that G2, on their second attack, were successful. Opening kill went to Stompin. They closed out the round with 4 players alive with a really nice flood into sight.
And look at the conversions as well, guys. We're heading into the 11th round. So far, only 1 round has the opening kill not resulted into a round win for that team. Unfortunately, it was Lair and G2 back in the 7th round. Command Bathroom. They got the pick, didn't convert the round. That's the only time that's been the case so far here on Fortress. Big attacker repick for G2.
Last time out, we saw the Clash offer a lot of stall out. Again, it didn't translate to a round win necessarily for Faze, but it gave them a really good opportunity to lean into the clock as a win con. So I do wonder now for Faze, how do they try and stall out G2 on this occasion? They do bring some trap. A bit of catch is intriguing as well. That could facilitate a couple more anchor positions, where, again, the safety of the Clash may have offered that previously, for example.
Here we go. What have you got, G2? Can you extend Fortress a little longer? Keep giving yourself every opportunity to take this opening map. Otherwise, if you lose this from here on out, it's must-win territory. There will be no more slip-up opportunities. Souls 13-5 has been the MVP for Faze here on Fortress. All about gaining as much information as possible. Faze, though, to be fair, are already largely playing around games anyway. It's not the biggest extension defensively. Line scan from Doki isn't really going to net anything.
G2 shaping up for far more control over towards Old Tower. As you can see, Lair cooking a Candela. Maybe less of a wave cross map like we saw previously.
Cyber's just lurking down below in waiting.
Is
Doki even aware of this? Cyber could go for the swing. Doki's moved away. They're trying to push up Old Tower. Cyber does push in, shoots him in the back. Doki has been shut down here on Fortress. 3-9 for the star of G2. He has been their best player at SI so far, but not here on Fortress. Really solid play from Sidebar. And he's not done yet. Never mind, Stompin will save the day. Do eventually get the trading clear. And Blaz then getting rid of Vidiking. That's no more smoke. No gas babes remaining. Lair, Candela straight in through Old Tower. They can start to now put pressure into the site, forcing the 3 members of Faze to now spread across this site. They are big horizontal spread. No one close by for Faze. And Lair just continues to push forward. Can Handy swing the doorway and get the trade? He can, finally, because there's no contest on his position. Alamau will now backfill in through games as KDS won his battle towards Courtyard, gets rid of Stompin, 2v2. Alamau at full health on the Blackbeard will go for the plant, now inside of Dorms, fakes it. Gets tagged up quite heavily. He needs Blaz to get involved, but Blaz is low himself. He can't just throw his life away.
Can Blaz cover the plant for G2? They have a little bit of time to work around.
Handy thinking about pushing that doorway.
Oh, Alamau got off.
Gets off the plant, 15 seconds. Now Alamau gives himself less opportunity to get off this plant. Will need to commit as Blaz finds the kill. Here comes KDS, but too little, too late. That plant is now successful. Shield up for Alamau. And Blaz can just hold the angle and play off the Blackbeard information. KDS will make his move, but here comes Blaz on the swing. All rounds of regulation needed on Fortress as G2 will not give in.
Not backing down without a fight here on Fortress. They are eager for overtime. What a round, a far more direct approach towards site. We saw great play from the Ying. It started to look a little dire. Alamau desperately trying to get that plant down. Blaz was low on HP, out of position initially on the first attempt, and then Alamau in the meantime also chunked to critical HP. But they were able to isolate KDS by himself, and a great swing from Blaz confirmed the round.
They stay alive. They stay alive. Fighting tooth and nail here on Fortress. The map pick of Faze is competitive from G2. Gives them a decent sign of life in the series to come. Win or lose here on this opening map for Faze. Well, no problem for them. No stress for them.
5 seconds to
But in
insertion.
all honesty, they'd probably like the idea of an early finish and an early bedtime. Or celebration, depending on what the boys want to get up to.
Is that your natural
Waiting
hair
Cafe,
color,
by the
Ashley?
way, to come next. And if you recall back to the 9th round, guys, that was the Soul Cyber demolition job, where G2 didn't even get to show their trump card on this site. Never even got to see them attack the site.
Castle Mozzie horizontal extension from Faze, looking to extend their footprint across the map and a little bit more utility to help cover that.
It's the exact same lineup for Faze. They just never really got to actually play into it.
The round was over in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, they'd won the round. Big change up this time, though. More caution from G2 this time.
Drone work from Alamau.
No one on the second floor, so no for Faze. Doki straight out to lobby. Oh, what a headshot from Doki. Hasn't quite been his best performance. No doubt about that, but maybe you saved your best till last when needed most. Advantage G2.
Doki rated number 9 at the event so far. 3 years since he lifted the hammer. Will be very, very eager to do well at this event. And a big kill from him in a very critical round.
What's on offer here for Faze? They keep themselves now really close to sight. In and around cafeteria and waiting room. Souls answers back. Finds the pick onto Blaz. Andy will sit infirmary by himself, but KDS can offer help if needed, but it's going to be on a western side push here from G2. Lair has cleared out Hammam. And again, Faze are not offering anything. Oh, Lair just gets, oh, he just pushes straight back. Wow. Ballsy play from Lair. To swing back immediately after getting jump scared and through kitchen. Doki's now cooking. Couldn't hit the soft wall shot though. He does need to be mindful that he's half HP. He's vulnerable. Lair is as well. 1 gas bait for Handy, 2 impacts for KDS.
Sol's backed into a corner. 14 kills so far. What can he do with the UMP in hand?
Handy has a Vulcan canister too that he can pop, fall back, deny that position through Infirmary. Doki finds it, neat little angle, and overtime is brewing. Down to Handy, but he's more than capable in the clutch. A superstar of this game. Throws out his final gas bait. Now electing to push forward, takes a fight against Alamau, who has the kit. Shotgun up, Handy will push, tucks into the bomb chassis. All 3 members of G2 are low. Crosses, but Alamau will now get this plant down safely. Handy doesn't shoot initially. I think he instead wanted to try and deny the plant. Pistol on the tight angle from Alamau as we go to overtime on Fortress. G2 showing their nerve and fighting back 2 rounds straight to force OT.
And Alamau saying, let's refocus, and rightly so. They've done phenomenal to get to this point, but they have attack in OT.
Guys, anything we want to change? Like,
Seguinte, provavelmente
Faze,
agora os caras no bando do banheiro, eles vão querer fazer aquela foco que não deu certo por causa da Clash lá, tá ligado? Então vamos mexer de recursos ali pra quebrar Isaac, tipo... de jogar um pouco mais pra ele lá pro cara não entrar quadros, e o Hand manter o smoke e o Tu joga pra recuar ali. Fechou? Só que eu volto pra recuar mais cedo e reforçar. Isso.
Então eu nem vou fazer o pixel vertical dessa mão.
O próximo momento de defesa que a gente vai fazer vai ser beliche, tá? A gente faz aquela parada que a gente combinou do smoke jogar aéreo, tipo, faz essas paradas tudo bonitinho.
Quer que eu jogue de
Porque agora
mesmo?
pode ser que seja outra play.
Qual que vai ser a primeira defesa aqui?
Do bom do banheiro, sim. Você tem que fechar já lá 4 e poder jogar lá pra entrar no jogo.
Mesma coisa?
A banheiro requadrado.
Agora, ataque do banheiro, a gente escolhe fazer a comida pro lado do cavalo, deixa o Ace solo lá no Marrocos, só tipo, fazer aquela pessoazinha no banheiro, fechou?
Tá, bora.
No cavalo, de Blackbeard.
Again, not a lot of stress there for FaZe Clan. But it goes to overtime, and they themselves know, of course, that they want to work on this map, have it in their map pool, moving forward through playoffs. But Doki rises to the occasion. Yeah, he would know he hasn't quite been at his utter best here on Fortress. But all it takes is to rise to that moment. He finds 2 crucial kills. Alamau was able to get the plant down, avoided Handy, and then he gets the pistol shot kill to send it to overtime. Now, you said it is double attack for G2. Indeed it is. They just won the last 2 attacking rounds. They're more than capable.
Let's see if they can actually do it though. Bathroom, first sight of choice. Faze eager to bite back in what has been a real tug of war between these two. And it's only map
5
1.
seconds remaining.
We could well have another 2 to follow to determine the fate
Attackers
of
must locate
G2.
and defuse a bomb.
Will they survive in Paris?
Reloading!
It's a great start for their confidence. I will add, though, guys, yesterday, of course, those that watched against Black Dragons, overtime loss, overtime loss. Is it about to be overtime loss again? Seems to have been the theme at this Six Invitational for G2. This would be the best time to change that tune. For FaZe, it's all about now just regathering themselves here on the defense. Out of the tactical timeout, they go back top floor, command bathroom. They won this in the 10th round, and they won it in the 7th round. G2 have not won this site on the attack. FaZe has been strong here.
Sequential breaching activated.
So again, a double shield ban from FaZe as they restore. And so there is a big emphasis on Lair being able to create space with Candelas.
Reloading!
Stomp it as well, create space with the Grim, because these choke points that G2 are about to contest can be really, really tough. Good hard breach though initially. KDS pinned in the corner.
Well, he's got a little bit of help at least. Tiber is there and can throw out a keeper barrier, provide a little blockage.
Alamau may have droned him just then as well. KDS could be a quote-unquote easier pick for G2 on the entry, maybe.
Smokes are going out right now.
Oh, Skulls, he hit
that has found the headshot onto Lair. And then the follow-up comes though from Stompin and Doki. One apiece now gives G2 the lead.
KDS is still trapped in this corner.
Still trapped, and the drone from Alamau as well can confirm his location if not already known. Can Doki find a way to get over to that doorway and swing? Handy is trying to maybe provide some cover as well, but his main stairs needs to be mindful of watching Blaz. So he's got to watch something entirely different. So now Vidiking has to come over. Doki and Alamau together.
Do they know?
Stomping all the way over, out in courtyard. And they've got 50 seconds. They've got so much time to play with.
I'm almost convinced that they still don't know KDS is hard left of the wall.
Oh no, they actually do not know. I thought it was droned, it wasn't. Good response from Stompin. 2v2. Stompin Blaz against Handy and Vidiking. With 30 seconds remaining. You win this, you go defense, but Stompin will fall. Handy and Vidiking standing tall on the defense. Blaz, he will go down as well to Handy. Faze have got map point once again.
Can't help but feel that G2 had that opportunity.
I saw the drone at the wall. I thought it was checked.
No, they had a player on an island, and it could have played out differently from that point onwards. Shout out to KDS. Taking one with him to the grave did damage from that position. And the ankle work super late as well. Up to par. Midpoint of the round, there were good moments for G2. But here, 3-4, advantage G2, KDS able to lurk, finds one, short traded by Stompin, but the damage already done. He eventually falls, Blaz left in a 1v2, and Faze now one away from taking the map.
For what it's worth, the tactical timeout, courtesy of Maria, we had the translation. They actually played it pretty much to a T. They wanted to play around bathroom, put Handy over towards L, which was that sort of 90 corridor position, denying entry through hallway. He was able to do a good job of that. Blaz couldn't quite get through. And in the end, then Handy, by staying alive, was able to help clutch up towards the end. So that tactical timeout that we heard in Portuguese was very much strategic based.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
Which I think is typically the Faze mantra.
5 seconds remaining.
So back to bathroom, but now G2,
Attacker's objective is to
the ones
defuse
looking
a
to
bomb.
lock it down defensively. Quite a different shape up in terms of the operator bans as we restore what was back in regulation, of course. It's just the one shield ban that G2 have taken off. That's the Monty, so it frees up the Blitz, and Vidiking will lean into that. Blaz also available. And again, with the Warden banned out, that was the final ban from Faze. There's an onus on Cyber here to find value. It's been a little mixed. There's been good moments and some not so good. And so G2 will look to posture around that appropriately.
And won 2 of the 3 rounds that they brought the Blitz in the first half, did Faze. 15 kills for Sol. Still the only one double digits for Faze. On the flip side for G2, they got 3 players double digits. More of an even spread. Souls has just been at another level, though, for FaZe Clan this particular match of Fortress. Keen to see what the contrast will be here for Man Bathroom. Back-to-back site choices from both teams. Drop from Vidiking into Old Tower. Doki will want to make contact and then gets out. The smoke actually kind of helping his little escape, but he runs into the arms of Souls. Wow. Wonderful pin from FaZe.
Yeah, outside at Shisha. Great angle there from Souls. Really great teamwork from FaZe. Midpoint of the round, they have the advantage. G2 will look to play make now in response.
Cyber just poking and prodding. The Glaz is now wanting to get involved and have some fun.
And mind you, 4 smokes still up, stomping. Very aggressive.
Oh, wow, I mean, but it's decent aggression because it's just kind of keeping FaZe back a little bit longer. You can see that Vidiking just wants to push through, but Stompin's got to be careful. Here comes that push. Cyber as well, the smoke is up for the Glaz. And Stompin's played this well to get back over towards Commanders. Look at the push now from Cyber. Trying to gain some vision here with the smoke. Handy's gone down, but the trade, it's the Blitz. Vidiking has been able to get rid of Lair. Stompin just overwhelmed. Need to get Blaz and that DMR involved, and he gets rid of Cyber. No more Glaz. Vidiking choked by that gas with Alamau. He'll send one more in. Keeps Vidiking on his toes. Blaz has got to get this kill, and he does under the vaulting KDS. Another 2v2. With the map on the line, it's Blaz and Alamau.
They're trying to find this pitch. There we go.
It's only Alamau in the 1v1 against the ever-rampaging Souls after 17 kills. Alamau had his chance earlier in a 1v1. He gets it again here. But this time, the time is against Souls. We push deeper and closer to red time. Hold your nerve, Alamau, and we can go to all 15 rounds. He swings, and he cannot. It's Souls, who has been the standout star of Fortress. He goes to 18 kills and puts G2 on that canvas, and that referee is starting to count. One more map, and G2 will be out of Six Invitational. They must now win 2 maps straight. This is not looking good for G2.
Left, Shark, left. Yeah, what are we doing?
I don't know, bro. I think I understand. This is the F2. F4C. So, 418. You see, I'm not that dumb.
Hey.
2.
All right, so that's the first number.
So 2.
So we gotta go to the next one.
Oh, bro, I'm the worst guy for the math.
All right. Each proxy is 2, each claymore is 17, each flashbang is 8.
So 2, 17.
Minus 8, multiplied by 2, so 18.
So what was the number?
I'll remember. I'll remember. I forgot. I'll remember. 9. Okay, it was 18.
Oh, we have to find the nationality, no?
This guy's French. Cav's Brazilian.
Canadian.
US. Okay, hold on. Put in 7, and then 6, and then 9, and 1.
There is no way, bro. I didn't understand anything, bro.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
So 6, and that one is the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one. We have to look really hard at the pictures. That's what he said.
Oh, I found, bro, on the hammer. There is a 9, 0. No, that's never mind. That's just the
That's
pants.
their pants, bro. The last one's a 4.
9, 8, 3.
4. Nice, bro. Bro, open the thing,
oh,
bro.
My bad. 7. 6, 7. My bad.
Bro.
2, 6, 7. What was the code of that one?
I'll remember. I forgot. I'll remember.
Bro, at least try all the 9 codes, no? That we're gonna cheat, but I mean.
Oh,
2.
I understand what you mean
So
now.
2, 6, 7 on the last one, and you try
corny.
all the others.
I'm down to be corny. Oh wow.
Yo.
We did it.
I told you we were gonna leave the hammer.
Go. Good job, Shark. We did it.
Got it, bro.
Yeah.
Now we have to do it for him.
Bro, do you realize how many people's hands have been on that?
Yeah,
bro?
I know. My bad.
So they go your armory. One my in long. box rotate, headers Amory, fitters CC, headers. I will put like this, but it's basically headers and rotate. And about the utility, the Wamai is playing around East, so he's putting the Wamai for himself. The recruit is putting wire on metal and wire Easters in case 5 per square.
So Ash is going to spawn here, and it's going to throw an Ash here on the table, because you can break the Goyo, like if you throw an Ash. So really fast, he's going to throw this Ash and already break the Goyo. Glass is going to come here with the Blitz to do the plant, and Thatcher here on the window. Ash comes here and break the other Goyo on the window.
Okay.
And then Ash is going to enter below with the drone that Capitan, that's going to play here, is looking for her. She enters below, placed there. Just to guarantee the C4s and stuff like that. And on the time of the plant, she's going to climb the metal stairs.
Yeah.
Glass is going to smoke here with the Blitz, so 4 smokes, they're just going to spam smokes. And Glass is going to come here, push, and kill the guy doing C4, maybe kill the guy on armor as well. Capitan is going to throw a fire here on this position, that's very common, and a fire here. Ash is going to push the stairs, and Blitz is going to plant right here because it's not really common. And if the guy can throw a C4, but you have Thatcher, so it's really hard, maybe Blitz is going to tank it. So that's it.
We can go next round. No, I mean, that's actually really good. And I guess when the Ash is destroying the Goyo, you just open his door, you open the other side. So you basically can't guess you will do this. And then after the Ash pushing up metal, if you don't expect this, then the round is literally over from there. We don't have smoke, we don't have warden, we are dead. So yeah, no, I think by far it's Felipox round this one.
Thank you, bro. You won this time.
Fate may be in its own hands, but I tell you what, Faze are out for blood right now. G2, they're looking good, but Faze are just looking ever so slightly better. It's hard to say that though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there really is no negative takeaways from this match. It was a beautiful back and forth, a good display of Fortress from an aggressive side of team and a very defender side of team in Faze. I mean, G2 did a really good job at using the shield, specifically stomping on the Blackbeard, being able to take position, Alamau on the Blackbeard as well, taking position, being able to go for those trades. And it's a new side to G2 that we haven't really seen, is the shield play too much. And it really went down to the wire, and that first round in overtime was where we saw G2 lose a little bit of speed. But even then, it came down to an unfortunate 1v1 to close it out for Faze to be able to grab that final round and claim the map. So unfortunately for G2, if they played like this yesterday throughout the whole tournament, we would not have seen them in this situation with the pressure on the line.
A very, very close game in what we knew was going to be a very highly contested series, and I think it sets us up beautifully already going into map number 2. And honestly, I'm a believer. I am looking forward to that map number 3 because I genuinely believe G2 have got a little bit more fight in them. You can't have a game that close and for them to come out so flat in the next map.
Yeah, not at all. And I mean, Souls from the side of Faze just put on an absolute masterclass. And it's always nice to see strong players on a new map like Fortress be able to solidify themselves at what to do in a situation like this. And Souls had no wrong play, specifically in those overtime rounds. He understood exactly where G2 was going to come from. And there was explosive rounds where he'd get multi-kill after multi-kill to be able to set Faze up for success. And I mean, you can see the stats across the board is very evenly splayed out. Open kills across the board. So again, no negative takeaways. Both teams put up their best show.
Yep.
And I'm excited for the series to continue.
I'm glad that you made your comment about entries there, because that ultimately, if you looked at it from just a statistical point of view, actually helped really push this game the way it did. 12 of the 14 opening kills were converted into round wins. Round wins, there we go. But that now puts G2 on the back foot heading into map number 2, Lair. That's a little bit up in the air now, right? We've got to try to find our way to dig our heels in to find those opening picks, but more than that, how to capitalize in the late rounds.
Yeah, I think it shows how much focus FaZe have been putting into that opening pick, because it's a stat coming into this that we knew that they were struggling on. And I love how they've already confirmed playoffs, they've already confirmed top seed, and they're still coming out here and putting the work in against FaZe in a game that they don't need to win.
Yeah. Completely agree.
One player individually, you mentioned him before, how about we mention him again? What a ridiculous performance here on map 1.
I mean, we were saying exceptional play from him. I mean, you can see he's usually on that support flex role, so he's not necessarily in the position to be getting kills, but the way that FaZe is comprised, they're slowly taking position, slowly losing those opening kills so that Souls can be in a position to be able to clutch up, and man, was he good. Always holding those angles. And some of these rounds on defense is where he was really showing the masterclass, just individually being able to lock down areas, get a kill after another kill, and it's not necessarily about the nicest shots that we're seeing, no flicks here and there, but it's his positioning, and that's something from the LATAM region that we always see, is the positioning is always perfect, and Souls had no missteps. Constantly, every decision was for a reason, and he'd always get a kill to be able to impact off of it.
I've been fortunate enough to watch Souls for years now, and he always delivers in those big moments. 93% cost. Huge. And as you said, Fox, from a backline player, he's not necessarily the archetypal support role, but he does fill that flex support role. He isn't the entry, he isn't the guy that you're looking towards to get a ruck of kills, but you know that if he's pulling them off, it's because he's very often left in the clutch, and that's exactly how that first map ended.
G2 are well and truly on the ropes right now, but the best part about this match, it is the jewel of G2's fate. It's in their own hands. Only they can progress through to Phase 2, and only we can leave you in the capable hands of your Australian, that's right, commentators.
Unfortunately for G2, it's been 8-7, 8-6, 8-6 losses, 3 straight, and it puts them now in a dire predicament. They have to, they must win Lair and win Border, or they are out of the Six Invitational.
Can G2 rebound?
Well, we head to Lair. No more messing around for G2. This is it. It's must win from here on out, or they are going home. For Faze, what a performance on Fortress. Now, it went all the way, went to overtime, it was back and forth. Souls was the difference. It was highlighted on the desk for a reason. 18-8, 3-0 on entry as well, with an 86% cost, a 153 EPS, MVP. I mean, a match where you lose 8-6, yeah, there's not much you can do about it when the guy on the other side is having an all-timer. The bands, Monty and Blitz, Kaid and Bandit, he kind of followed the same bands as what we saw on Fortress.
Yeah, in terms of the history of this map, I suppose focusing especially on G2, given they're the ones on the ropes and it is their map selection. Since August, it's 4th preference. They have a 4-2 record across 6 plays, positive attack and defensive win rate. They last took on Falcons. That was 61 days ago. They lost that out narrowly in regulation, 5-7.
But their last win.
Their last win. Also against Falcons, but that was a 15-rounder. So let's see if this one is another close matchup.
On the flip side for Faze, 6-3 over the last 6 months, but they did lose it yesterday to D+, 3-7, and it is actually a high preference map for them, so it's not going to be easy for G2. But if they are to navigate this map and get to border, then that's a permaban map for Faze. They'll be looking to, I guess, allow that through, potentially test it in a match for Faze. That doesn't mean a lot going then into playoffs.
Attackers must locate and defuse.
None of that matters. For G2, you just got to win. Throw all the stats, throw all the history out the window. Each round now critically important. Doki has been their best player so far at SI. He will know Fortress wasn't really his best. Plus 13 KD, plus 4 opening kills, 6 multi-kills, 2 1vx's for Doki, top 10 rated player. A map like Lair is where I expect him to really shine. Playing this Deimos, he will be a big threat.
Yep, absolutely. Certainly one of his favored operators historically and at this event, and it's been critically impactful, especially when you think about first full lurks, gaining information, being a threat, cutting rotations, etc. Doki can be such an X factor for G2, and he'll be looking to tap into that here on Lair. Faze tried to disrupt some of the map clear potential of this attack by going for double shield bans. G2 on the flip side, wanting to enable a little bit more hard breach. So Kaid and Ben dealt with, and that allows a little bit faster in terms of the exterior hard breach being exposed. And we see that already take place.
Master R6, the best defensive site on Lair, around a 63% win rate for defense. So this will be a tall order for G2. But it would be an amazing start if they could steal this top floor. Alamau through mezzanine to clear the barbed wire. The flame open to Alamau is just going to set him back. That's Vidiking with the Shamika launcher from R6. And then the barbed wire has been dealt with. Handy low. And he's got the death mark on him as well from Doki. Flashes and use that. And Doki, the aggression with the Vendetta, will find the opening kill, highlighting his strength on a map like this. But Souls, he is just doing different things tonight. The MVP from Fortress finds a big kill back onto Loira. Still, G2 was pretty content with the start to this round. Breach opened up, Alamau with mezzanine control, same with Doki. So they can really start to put the pressure into sight. Faze kind of hemmed in. Doki again.
There we go.
He puts the Vendetta away, but he still finds the kill. Souls will fall. No more Kiva barriers. The Azami no longer an obstacle. And Vidiking starting to run low on that Shamika launcher.
And Cyber out of util. G2 pathing towards a default plant position. If Stompin can get that route towards site. 30 seconds.
KDS is his position. No, well, he did just tap fire. Doki's going to go with the death mark onto Vidiking. Deep inside of R6. Playing the tucked-in angle. He now goes prone. Deep into Master. The trade comes through from Stompin. We are getting a little bit low on time. Stompin thought about the plant inside of Mask and now will opt to stick it. Blaz covering from mezzanine. Alamau putting good pressure from behind. So G2 have got a wonderful pinch here. Vidiking could not push to deny that plant. But a swing from KDS. And Stompin then, though, the response onto Vidiking. And KDS must now win the 1v2, or G2 will take this map, take this round to start this map.
They've got the cross. Alamau and Stompin remain disciplined. There we go.
Good discipline from the duo. Alamau with the Blackbeard shield made it difficult to clear him. Stompin then gun up. They take top floor on the attack. The perfect start for G2.
Love that intensity. And if you're a G2 fan, it has to be exciting to see Doki activate so early already here on map 2. The influence of the Deimos for that lobby clear was huge. Catches handy. What a kill. And he followed that up later as well into the round with a kill on Souls, who immediately looked a little bit dangerous. So keep that in mind for the remainder of this map as well. And then from there, good attacking pattern. Vidiking stalled out default for a long, long period of time. G2 threw everything they had at him to try and stall him out, distract him. force him off that plant denial. It was successful. Plant goes down. Good rotation from Alamau, and the 2v1 was clean.
And that's the thing. Alamau helps to clear mezzanine, deals with the barbed wire, soaks up a few Shamika launches. They get mezzanine control, and then goes for the big wrap rotate, and then puts pressure from the other side of site. Big reason why they were able to win that round. And it's not going to be the repeat from Faze, despite the strength of that site defensively. Instead, now opting to go basement, we go to Lab. That might just bring the roam game now out of Faze. Very well should. Cyber on the Vigil, Souls on the Solus, and well, you kind of get the picture. We should get some fights here around the map.
G2 eager will be eager rather to contest for that map control, activate the RAM, get third in towards site, start pressuring and spacing out the defense.
Oh, patience for Cyber. It was a little early. We were able to survive.
Would have been a hell of a scalp if he got it.
Yeah, and the logic bombs are crucial here on a site like Basement, with the roamers of the defenders around the map. Just getting as much auditory information along with the drone information. There could be a big map on the roam. There is that logic bomb to help facilitate some of these positions for G2 to push through, take these fights over towards green. Doki, by the way, very close to Cyber. He gets taken to half health. He might just run, though, towards Alamau. Over around blue stairs, but KDS and Vidiking there as well. A lot of numbers here for Faze. Alamau has to be careful. He goes shield back up, good yellow ping. Impact does nothing, and Alamau plays really disciplined there to just fall back. And then just base them all in. Good push from Doki and Loira off of that intel.
That's great.
Safe play from Alamau. The team then comes to help, and they get rewarded. This is much better from G2 to start on Lair. Nothing that Vidiking can do with that Blackbeard. He does get the kill onto Doki, but then that allows the trade for Alamau. You can get one, but maybe then not the second. And Handy by himself means that for G2, it's looking like a 2-0 start on their map of Lair.
And Alamau continues to probe. Wow.
He wants to make amends. Let's be honest, he wants to make amends for that 1v1 at the end of Fortress. Been a great start from Alamau on the Blackbeard. Good follow-up from the rest of the team. 2 attacking rounds to begin on Lair. Most importantly, on the top floor, it seems like we've got a crash. Blaz has left the server. This will result in a technical timeout. Dare I say, though, similar start to Fortress where G2 went 3-1 up. The difference being, though, that on Fortress, they were on defense.
Exactly. And they're looking clean here on Lair. Again, the tempo over the course of the last 2 rounds has been really nice. Good flow through the rounds. They're playing off their roles, opening kills, displacing defense, utilizing utility correctly. The Blackbeard in that last round from Alamau was really, really nice. So much pressure laid onto the defense. Vidiking was never given an opportunity to maybe progress forward and then find trades, for example, and then well, obviously Andy gets traded on site. Good clear from G2.
And it's not just Alamau, but also playing off of him is an important role for the rest of the team when you're going to have that Blackbeard that is more than comfortable to push forward, get in the face of the opposition. You need to then follow behind him. Technical pause just now rises the tension. If the tension wasn't already starting to boil, well, this just adds fuel to the fire. Of course, not allowed to communicate during a technical pause. I think we're going to get a rehost. All 5 members now of G2 have left the lobby. We talk about tech pauses and how it kind of either resets momentum or does it help a team? It's too early on, 2-0, but I think what it could do actually for G2 is like, you've won 2 rounds, let's not get overexcited, calm down. And for FaZe on the other side, also a chance to just kind of, okay, they're here to play, it's their map pick, I'm just going to breathe, relax, taking words from Fabian.
Well, it seems like the players are cycling pretty quickly back into the lobby, 9 out of 10. So hopefully a positive sign that we will be able to resume action in a moment's time. Faze, as it stands right now, of course, subject to change, have selected second floor as their site of choice. And if we cast our minds back to the last clear from G2, really nice. The utilization of the Deimos was absolutely key for the lobby clear, and then they were patient in drawing out the utility from the Tachenka. And so I do wonder if FaZe are to reattempt, if they do lock it in, now 10 players in the lobby, what do they do to try and counteract that? Maybe a bit more support for Handy, because he was the first to drop.
It creates a dynamic too with the, obviously we're into round 3, so after this we get the next band. You go the Blackbeard, you go the Deimos. Which one do you pick?
Flip a coin.
I mean, if you committed to Monty and Blitz, you might have to then commit to the Blackbeard.
A triple shield would typically be the most...
And then Doki just gets to play Deimos the whole half.
Yeah.
Mike down. We're getting potentially attack out of the tech. Hasn't been communicated. All 10 players, by the way, back into the server, so I can't imagine we're too far away from continuing. Do apologize for the slight delay. It seems as if it will be a tactical timeout.
Não. Vamos só fazer a parada de queimar a caveira com aquela parada de biriba, Randy. Fechou? Só que aí eu preciso de um pouco mais de segurança naquela... Na parte da escada. Então a gente precisa sim de peitar a parte da escada. Fechou? A gente vai ter que ficar queimando lá para o Termite e o Souls também com a mira.
Quer fazer comigo embaixo?
Meu mão de baixo, em vez de tu pegar a Kesa pra renovar lá, pega a Zami, fica fechando a janela e a gente mantém a parada dos piques, fechou?
Tá bom? Fechou.
Bom, do quarto a gente fala da Clash.
Quer começar embaixo? Mas vai mostrar da Clash, se for pra não mostrar?
Ué, pode começar embaixo, pegar a direita, depois você volta lá pro bomb, mas joga em cima.
Se for pra não mostrar da Clash.
Don't speak Portuguese, but I thought I heard Caveira at the start, then I heard Azami, I thought I heard Ella.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any of those except the Azami. Again, I imagine it's probably just strategic calling. FaZe aren't in a position where they need to rev up or they need to be told to get going. It's just all about strats right now for them, from FaZe's perspective. This is the best kind of, let's be honest, scrim opponent you could ask for, who's fighting for their tournament life at the Six Invitational, where FaZe have got nothing to lose. This is as best practice as you will get.
Yeah, absolutely. You have one team throwing everything they have,
holding nothing back.
And FaZe are trying to withstand the storm. So far, it's been a little bit of a struggle. G2 have looked clean, their attacks are succinct, and FaZe will be looking to disrupt. They do, in fact, stick top floor. That's where we head for round 3. The mirror in play is intriguing, just offers a different element in terms of hard breach denial. Last time out, G2 pretty freely able to open exterior, and then once they got ops interior for default, G2 lent really nicely into the Kaid and the Bandit duo ban. But with that mirror now on the board and the disruption that can often offer, we'll see if it's as easy going for them this time around. Deimos is back, but not for Doki. Lair this time out and the shotgun in hand.
More than capable. It's not really an issue. G2 never won 3 rounds in a row on Fortress. Can they do so here to begin on Lair? Early E1D from Blaz. Oh my god! Talk about the quick entry from Lair. Shotgun now into the Vendetta. Was playing off old ping information. Good little movement. Lair half health, but has found the early entry kill for G2. And has then therefore created space for the rest to follow.
Yeah, it's been a rough start for Handy in that position. Caught out last time. Got dumped with utility, and this time, Lair able to march forward. Catches a good timing. 4 targets available. He selects Cyber. Over towards Mez. G2.
Nitro Sal almost found the kill. That was a long-range Nitro from Cyber. He was in Master, threw that across Mezzanine, and somehow Lair stays alive.
Great survivability. And so 5 players still up for G2. Now Doki. Will he be the next to Pepper Sight? Still a full belt of utility on the Capital, and that can be massively influential as G2 again looking like they're shaping up for a default plan.
And it's a very similar position for G2 as it was back in the opening round. Full mezzanine
now
control.
Soul's targeted. This is a big moment for G2.
Souls will go down. Vidiking was right next to him. Can't do anything to help out. Still has 2. Make it 3 gas babes. He thought about throwing 1. Puts it back into the pocket. Now will indeed throw it out. Just looking to block off Mask in an entry position into there. Huge advantage for G2 to try and take another attacking round on this top floor.
Stompin will drop that diffuser. Maybe we'll rotate around for split pressure.
Alamau's the one that's got it now, and indeed Stompin on the move. He'll go try and take that position that we saw Alamau play last time out, but Doki just wants to go straight in. Got one. Quick trade, though, by Cyber. Keeps still a two-player advantage for G2, and Alamau will now go for the plant inside of Mask. It doesn't even go down because G2 will shred the defense of Faze. They make it 3 straight.
A slight variation, similar end goal with the default plant, not even required. Great clear. Lair absolutely phenomenal on the Deimos early round. He followed that up with utility by staying alive and avoiding the Nitro, which then aided the clear of Souls. With that, so much pressure on site. Faze left discombobulated. It's a perfect start for G2.
It is indeed perfect as we get the bans. Bye-bye to the Clash, bye-bye to the Grim. We were off. Grim played twice, once by Blaz and once by Alamau in that previous round. It means, though, Blackbeard Deimos will stay. It also means another technical pause. And to add the added note, Faze losing top floor of Lair after a tactical timeout. That is a big round loss for Faze. G2 all over them to begin on the second map.
Yeah, unfortunately, 2 players from the side of G2 have departed from the server. Not sure if it's related to any of the technical issues that led to the tech pause previously, but we'll have to wait as we cycle the players back and returning into the server. Faze have initially picked Bunk's briefing here, so they're going to dip into the tertiary more than likely here for this next round.
I swear the script writers are like, how many tech pauses can we throw into this just to really blow this one out? Apparently it was a PC crash, and when one kind of crashes, the rest might just leave the lobby, reset, come back in. It's pretty normal. But yeah, intriguing. The Grim ban. I mean, there's nothing wrong with banning Grim, but when you've gone Monty Blitz, I would say statistically the Grim is usually unlikely to follow. You either just commit down, get rid of the Blackbeard, or the Deimos is a big factor, and it was and has been a big factor in all 3 rounds played. Lair was the one that opened up that round. He's actually got the last 2 opening kills. Doki got 1 in the opening round. So again, the opening kills for G2 have been very, very dominant. They're the best team at SI for finding those early advantages, just not always the greatest at converting, but they have been able to do a good job so far to start Lair and back on Fortress. There were only 2 rounds that weren't converted, 1 from G2 and 1 from Faze. So it's been high conversion rates.
Everybody inside of the server. Round 4 will resume as we look back at round number 3. Big, confident play from Lair.
I reckon that drone from Doki just does enough to just grab Handy's attention.
Maybe for a split second.
Just a minuscule of a second.
Let's go, Zach. You're the best boy.
Vibes are good.
Vibes are good, yeah.
All right. Briefing it is. I love this side. There's so many options for the attack. The meta's kind of evolved to the point where Sense is favored by many teams. They'll use that as a tool to sometimes entirely, or at least for the most part, bypass the top floor hold from the defense. They can try and tuck into a corner, find an off-meta plan position, or even directly under the bunk itself. And it's very challenging then from a vert position up above sometimes to locate and shut down that planter. You can throw in a bit of split pressure, try to throw off Faze. There's also the fuse available here, so shield still on offer. Let's see what G2 can cook up.
I don't envy those with shields.
Very curious to see what this impact is going to be from the fuse. It's one of the lowest pick rates at SI so far, 0.5%. He played in 5 rounds, but it's won 3 of those 5 rounds. Niche selection here for Doki.
Presumably the planter in this round, he can use the shield on his back for added protection. That's one possibility.
Lair, another opening kill. He's gotten 3 straight here on Lair. And it's on to Souls. Stomping over towards Bridge. Also connects. There is that shield in play. And G2's attacking prowess right at the foray of this match. 3 very quick kills has already obliterated the defense of Faze.
G2 are on a rampage, and Faze are finding it difficult to slow this down. A 2 versus 5, minute 30 on the clock. May well be one left standing for Faze if KDS can't win this fight, but he does.
That's a start for Faze. They need to start trying to get some trades back. Try and just at least keep G2 honest if they're just going to be pushing aggressively. Stomping through briefing. He's 6-0. Yellow ping info through the wall. He hits the headshot as KDS started firing back. That gave Stompin the information needed. Handy from above in R6 will at least kill Blaz. But then traded back by Alamau. It's 4-0 to G2. They take Bunk's briefing. Where has this come from?
Lovely stuff from G2 so far. Difficult to fault them on these 4 successful attacks. And Faze being overrun at the moment, and it's not often you say that sentence against any team.
When Saltit's kind of get caught over towards green. Cyber lost his battle towards Skybridge. And it just all starts to fall apart, especially on Bunk's briefing, where you're not going to be playing on site. You have to take these contest fights. G2 are aware of that. They force the issue. Stompin doesn't give up on that spray through the wall. KDS started to fire back, made it a little easier. Stompin 7-0. Of course, players have left the lobby. Doki 6-3, Loira 4-2. Every single one of his kills has been an opening kill.
And it's a straight set for G2 in the opening kill department as well. 4 from 4.
5 seconds left.
Early, the mid round, the late, every phase at the moment is looking good.
Let's try top 4 again, shall we? For the 3rd time Faze. Let's see if this time, 3rd time's the charm.
Well, can they win the fight lobby stairs? That's been the Achilles heel for this defense.
Start trying to be able to fight lobby stairs, deny that mezzanine control. Stop giving G2 so much easy space to then just absolutely harass those that are actually on site. Andy will play main stairs.
Deploying drone.
Faze to bring the Tachanka back into play. We saw it dropped for the reattempt, but it's back for the 3rd try. Again, looking to stall out default. The G2 shape up for the default once more. Maybe our 6th room gets a little more attention to mix things up.
They drop the Capital, they bring the Ying. One thing that G2 have done well, fighting into this top floor, small variations in their operator lineup. So they're not necessarily always doing exactly the same thing. They've got different tools that they bring. Stompin not worried too much about that mirror window.
Although it does get popped.
It does.
So Stompin will forfeit. Exothermic remains intact. Still 3 pockets. May not be a position that necessarily gets opened up as an entry point, but as we kind of saw last time, it was actually Stompin himself. Still somewhere you can post up for the plant coverage, for the post.
Andy's actually given up main stairs, by the way, so Doki's just walked straight up.
Oh no,
Doki's
not again, Faze.
He's just walking mezzanine for free.
Don't let them get this control for free again.
Fell back into server. Andy was sitting main stairs for a while. Now Loira gets to also push up the other side of mezzanine. Again, Faze has given G2 this mezzanine control.
What can Souls do? Master Office.
Where's the adaptation here for Faze? This is so far looking like it's going to be the 3rd straight attempt for G2 where they've got Mez control. They'll look for picks. They're going to open up Mask, which has been now opened up. Mika launcher from Vidaking. 60 seconds remaining. The good news for Faze, though, is they do still have 5 players intact. Handy's still got that Nitrous over towards server. Soul's playing a very important position on that Azami with the Kiba barriers. He has just kind of tucked back closer towards Vidaking with that deployable shield.
This is an all-in from Faze. Deny default with the Shamika launcher and the gas canister.
But they're sitting back, though, to not get picked. They want G2 to have to push into site this time. Rather than getting the free picks, having then the numbers. And there's not a lot of pinch pressure here from G2 either. It's all rather forward. Despite that, it's Doki that finds yet another opening kill, 2 for 2. Doki now on the rotate up green stairs. And Stompin just cannot die. He's 9-0, but it's a 2v2 and he gets tagged quite low. Doki needs to get involved and do so quickly.
They're so split.
Deathmark activated onto Souls. The Vendetta, one bullet left, and he does get the down onto Souls. 5 seconds left as Stompin goes for the plant. He's actually behind the Kiba barrier that was placed by Souls, and Doki comes back with the Vendetta! It's 5 straight for G2. 2 rounds away from getting us to border. What a round from Stompen and Doki.
Big moments there from the big hitters of G2. Stompen on fire, and Doki, despite being so far away, massively influential in that round. Faze did a good job in terms of denying default. They forced the flood from G2. It almost worked, but Stompen hit some sharp shots, and then Doki. What a wallbang. KDS stranded, the key barrier used against Faze. 5 straight.
3 kills for Doki, 2 kills for Stompen. They do it themselves. Obviously help from others, but they connect the shots. 3 times Faze have fallen on the top floor of Lair.
You do not see that every day of the week. And now they're starting to get a little active in the old chat, which has been remarkably quiet over the course of this series so far.
5 seconds remaining.
So Cyber will bring out the Cav.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
He hit one successful flank on Fortress, to be fair.
He did. So not the first time that Cyber's opted to go a little cheeky here in this series.
Ah, but G2 have spotted the Cav. You can see the death mark available.
Now aware of the fact there is a Cav, but as is the nature of the Cav, well, now you got to kind of find him as he's running around the map.
I suppose even if Cyber isn't able to have massive influence in terms of like an interrogation or anything spectacular like that, he may be able to soak up some of that death mark utility and lock him down. And that's exactly the case. Doki will invest it onto Cyber.
But that also soaks up those death marks from everyone else. So that's also still kind of a win, I guess, for Faze. Cyber's like, I know I'm going to get death marked. That's not the end of the world. I'll just keep running around the map. Although right now he's actually just in basement.
He'll just pitch a tent and stay inside, probably.
So the final round of the half. Can G2 go the clean sweep and get 6 straight?
No contest on the first floor from Faze this time around. They will eagerly sit side, lean into the denial of the Goyo and the smoke. Echo can feed info. And the Banshees from KDS can maybe stall out this push. Loira active.
6 straight opening kills. 4 to Loira, 2 to Doki, 4 G2. They had the streak yesterday, if you recall, guys. 14 opening kills straight.
They lost the map, of course.
Okay, sorry. Asterisk is they did lose the map.
That was the even more crazy part of that result. Midpoint of the round, though, and they're looking good here on Lair. 5-0, the scoreline. 5-4, the man count. Alamau to soak up utility. Souls trying to stall out the Blackbeard.
Is death marked.
Is on Echo. Is on Echo. So Faze have pretty good live intel.
Cams are hacked, though.
Indeed they are.
And again, the time management from G2 has been really, really solid here on Lair.
They've been getting so active.
Final gas bait from Souls. Alamau will go down, and he will stay down courtesy of the gas bait. Really nicely done from Souls. They deal with the Blackbeard. That's going to hinder G2 pushing in towards the site.
Changing mags.
Curious to see if there's some kind of twist in the tail here for Cyber on the Cav, if he's going to be able to do something. He's just sitting in basement. Loira taken very, very low. Can Faze deny the clean sweep? Yokai shot out. And cams have been hacked. Oki over towards Stock. It's Souls that is able to finish off Loira, who was low. Pop in, push in from Doki. You can tell he's feeling it now. Oh, running behind you. What a reaction headshot from Doki. He literally just pushed in from there. But then Stompen loses his life for the first time on the map, and Vidiking's down, and it's only KDS. G2, can they make it 6 straight as Blaz will get the kit down? Doki has been so good, but he can't win that battle. Has KDS got the time to go for the revive? The answer to that question is indeed yes, and Blaz now in a 1v2 post-plant from above.
Will back himself on the vert, has a flash to play off. Can G2 have the perfect half?
Vidiking and KDS are both very low. Blaz doesn't need to do a lot of damage. He just needs to watch the kit. Vidiking to sacrifice himself and go up above. Yellow ping intel. Blaz knows he's getting pushed on. He too also has the information. He's sitting very well positioned. Now turns his attention back to the kit. It indeed will be 6 straight from G2 on Lair. They've got 6 map points. Flawless and clinical. Oh, they're so back.
Wow.
What's that meme? It's never been so over, and then there's the arrow, and then we're so back, and then it's, well, never been. We're going around in circles. Surely border now is all but a certainty.
You've perfectly depicted the life cycle of a G2 fan. Oh, it makes that third map so tantalizing. G2 are on a roll. Their key players firing, and their Lair looking clean.
Well, this just feels like the formalities as we head into the second half, going through this ban phase. G2, 6 straight rounds, 6 straight opening kills, of course, all converted. And the heroes of the half, 10-4 from Doki, the highest EPS rated player, 2-0 on the entry, a 100% cost. Statistically, the MVP of the half, despite stomping going 9-1, he actually had a lower EPS than Doki. And what a play as well here for Blaz. To be fair, KDS wasn't even on the kit with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, probably not the cleanest clutch attempt ever from Faze, but still Blaz was in a really good position, so...
Played it so well to go take the vert, play it. He knows that even if they get the revive, they're both very low.
Yep.
Play into the win condition of denying them just being able to... They either have to double commit the plant, one has to then watch, but they're so low at that point you have to essentially hit a nutty headshot through the beams. If one goes for the retake, I could just win that battle anyway. Tuck into the corner, he has to then swing me.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
And you would imagine top floor defense again is a very, very strong sight, but maybe if you've just been watching this game, you might not think that's the case.
You may not even see it successfully defended.
3% defensive win rate of Master and R6.
Loading new mag.
Faze lost it 3 times.
Setting up a sequential breach.
So in a similar vein to Faze, G2 will elect to bring the smoke and the Tachanka combination, potentially expecting a default plant attempt from Faze.
If we can go to Doki here, look at the difference already in the way that he's positioned. So he's playing mezzanine with the Azami, and the way that he is able to just say, hey, we're going to deny at least this left side. Souls has droned that main stairs isn't quite being watched, but it's already showcasing a difference in positional play from G2.
Well, Handy wants revenge. He wants revenge. He's on the Deimos, trying to get control of Lobby Live. Giant, but Stompin says
just swings main. Just swings main, gets the free kill. This one is all but done. Can you believe it? Fighting for their tournament life, G2 are about to 7-0 the reigning SI champions after losing the first map in a do-or-die elimination match of Lair. They have come straight on through and just drove by Faze to set up Border. A straight best of 1, their final chance. But boy, are they taking some form into that map of Border. G2 are well and truly back. Back on that bullshit. These guys are here to stay. One more map needed. 7-0.
Very, very difficult to believe. I'm not in a dream. What a victory for G2. And it sets us up for a perfect Border. Faze will want revenge. They won't like this. And G2 have an opportunity to stay alive.
Absolutely sensational from G2, but the job is not done. Win Border and you will make playoffs. Lose Border and you go home. Never been better to set up a match here between G2 and Faze. Don't go too far.
Talk about bouncing back. 7-0. I don't think anyone could have seen that coming. No one expected it. Everyone in the green room is kind of like, well, it's 6-0 already? It's done? What is happening? Fox, I struggle to understand how we go from such a tight competitive game on map 1 to such a blowout there on map 2.
I mean, G2 turned on the Jets. I've never seen a 6-0 half on the attacking side of Lair, and a lot of that came off of just the pressure, them playing together. Like we said, that G2 needed to be able to play off of each other, focus on the trades, and they still had the element of individual play, specifically if it was Lair or Doki on the Deimos, but a lot of the push was behind a Blackbeard, and that's what was getting successful attacks on the first map of Fortress. So I'm glad G2 understood that, brought that into map 2, and surprising that Faze didn't opt to ban out Blackbeard at no point. They're taking out the Monty and the Blitz, but they're leaving the BB up, which is arguably the worst of the 3 to be leaving up, specifically because you can have that AR with the shield. You're a lot more flexible, and that's exactly what G2 was using as the spearhead to take position to be able to close out rounds, and FaZe just never had a way to get a trade back.
Yeah, it's a difficult sort of position to be in there because you look at it and you think, in hindsight, if FaZe played this game again, they'd ban the Blackbeard. Yeah. And that would have definitely changed things. But look at the state of this graphic right here. 7-0, so obviously there's not going to be too much to talk about, unfortunately, on the side of FaZe, but it is the right-hand side of your screen. It is that G2 lineup that you want to be focusing on. Something for me in this that stood out head and shoulders above the rest, and it's a problem that FaZe had coming into this game, was the entries.
Yes.
7 entry engagements won by G2, 7 rounds converted, not a single successful entry from FaZe, which has been a theme, but they've usually countered that by clutching up in the late round. On Border, they weren't given that space.
Exactly. That's what we highlighted for FaZe. The only downside for the team that's topping their group currently is the fact that their opening kills, if they lose it, they traded. They're among the worst in the tournament at being able to recover that opening kill, but they're able to clutch out rounds because they are so methodical, because they have a focus on the end game. But that's not something that G2 is letting them have an idea on. They'd get that opening kill with the Blackbeard, push through, and then go successfully for an execute. And that's something that we'd like to hope after 2 maps of the Blackbeard being such a detriment to FaZe's defenses. On a map like Border, you're going to have to figure out how to get around it or ban it out completely.
100%. And talk about like turning a series around. Doki went from bottom fragging in the very first map to all of a sudden top fragging in the second map. We talked about him being the rock of G2 at the start. And I mean, there's no better way to describe this.
Listen, we highlighted him as Mr. Consistent. Sometimes when the tide comes in, the rocks get covered by the sea. And I think that's what happened on Fortress. This time, however, Doki was well and truly back on his game. Again, just doing those hard yards, putting that difficult work in and supporting the rest of the team, whether that be Stomping, whether that be Blaz, whether that be Alamau. Whoever it is, it didn't matter. Right place, right time. There was one particular clip, there was one round on Deimos where that was the nail in the coffin for me. Swings around the corner and picks the kill up at the final second.
And I'm glad to see Doki succeeding because we talked about how G2 needed to be more team-orientated because they have so many superstars, and if they can just trade off of each other, sky's the limit.
Certainly is. It certainly is. Moving to Border, this is intense for G2. Backs are against the wall. This is their 7th preference, but guess what? It's FaZe's 9th. They've played it once in the last year. If ever there was a chance for G2, it's here, and it's now.
Well, this is it. It comes down to Border, the 3rd map in this series. G2 have all the momentum after a 7-0 on Lair. The permaban, I should say, of FaZe Clan sets us up perfectly. G2 win, and you are in. The last time that FaZe won this map in an official Ubisoft sanctioned tournament, as per our tracking data, was Six Invitational 2024 in the upper bracket quarterfinal against G2. 7-3. That was their last win. Now, this doesn't count third-party tournaments, etc., so bear that in mind. And as the boys on the desk mentioned, permaban, it's their most banned map, 25 times in the last 6 months. They haven't picked it once. They do not play this map. G2, it is all set up for you. They beat D+ on border on day 3.
The pressure is mounting. Quick recap, back on Lair. 7-0 for G2. It marks the 30th 7-0 result in the history of the Six Invitational. And to add just another fun little layer to that fun fact, the only other time that a reigning champion that has lifted the hammer previously has lost 0-7 at a Six Invitational was back in 2020. Team Reciprocity against G2.
Oh, man.
Shout out Fox and Lux. They're on that team.
Well, let's get underway. Third map. Win and you're in for G2. You go to playoffs with a positive result here on border, and you miss playoffs entirely if Faze are to win. They are stretching their map pool here, Faze, to see maybe how much their workshopping on border has gone over the many years. G2 will begin on defense. Bands, Smoke, Warden, Monty, Grim. 7-0 straight on Lair for G2 has set this up perfectly. We know Faze on the attack. Do like the slower entries, but a map like border, you can't take too long. Defenders can get into strong positions, block off windows and doorways. They can choose to take contestable fights on their terms.
Patience, the name of the game for Faze. G2 be disciplined. As Faze begin to encroach around the map, lurking for opportunities to make plays, to find an opening. Handy utility deployed on the Capitao. Explosives potentially now to be deployed by the Ash. Stompin is able to withstand the fire, push back and stay alive.
Hellamau trying to contest Cyber, I'm pretty sure at this window, top waiting. Least wanting to be a nuisance, opting now for the swing. Every battle, every 1v1 engagement, the pressure's at its highest, and Hellamau lost that battle. KDS has been able to win it. That was over on the other side of security, through the window. Volt in now from KDS. Stompin needs to make the contact. They lose Laura as well. Stompin cannot shut down KDS, who's found 3 kills on the entry. Response from Blaz, it was needed at that moment. Advantage for Faze here in the opening round.
He was amazing. Poking, back on Lair.
Prodding, yellow ping, intel, continuing to go left, and then the Nitro Cell, but moving away towards 90. Double stack for Handy and Vidiking. And Handy will make his way through. Oh, what a leap over though from Handy. Gets rid of Blaz. An important moment here for Doki. Pushing in behind. Vidiking inside of Fountain. The spray does not connect. Vidiking hits the headshot. Faze end the round streak with an opening round win on border.
What a round from KDS to march forward and find those openings. Showing his individual skill, and then the rest of Faze pounce around the map. They jump into action. Stompin got caught a little bit, I think, of an unfortunate timing there as KDS vaults through. And whilst he was then eventually traded, too much ground lost elsewhere.
Clean flick from Vidiking. Yeah. Little 180.
Wow, okay. We go over to customs for round 2. G2 throwing a curveball at Faze.
And Stompin goes on to the Vigil. Now, for those that watched yesterday against Black Dragons, the Vigil play from Stompin was, well, mixed.
Changing mags.
Certain times was able to have an impact, but largely wasn't really able to get the Vigil to work.
2 fingers represents 2 rounds played of this side in Paris so far. The attack has not won it out, however, on either occasion.
I like that you had to mention you were holding 2 fingers. I could see it. I was actually curious as to where you were going with that.
Keeping you on your toes.
I've got your 6.
Border, by the way, the most attacker-sided map at the event so far as well. So expecting that, well, Faze, who are Faze, best attacking team at the event, will do quite well in this half. So as you said, throw the curveball here then if you're G2. Custom supply in the second round. Let's see what Faze have got on this side. Again, and this is actually the best team to do it against because they just don't play this map.
Activating Selma.
The onus heading into this series was for G2 to do their due diligence, do their homework, and prepare for this series.
No,
There's on the line for
Faze.
Faze.
Gets rid of the Selma, actually.
Yeah. I mean, not the absolute worst trade. Still one in the pocket for Cyber.
Yeah, but just one. Stomping towards security with the boss G, but King on the black bid. And then you've got the air jabs from Souls. They start to surround security. Pressure here on Stompin. Here's that final Selma. And Cyber find a way to just swing on in. Doki's going to be actually the first one to go down. Souls, though, is DPNO outside of the balcony. Get revived. And will get revived by Cyber. King, by the way, has just continued to posture towards this break door. He has not wanted to push through. Seemingly aware of the fact that Lair is close right and also cautious of down below. Oh, Lair getting pinched. Faze have been able to deal with this room setup from G2 up above towards security and break.
Well, they don't look rusty on border, that's for sure.
They certainly don't. Blaz, oh, that's a wonderful shot. Despite the high ground advantage for KDS, Blaz down below, the UMP hits the headshot. But it's 2 rounds now that G2 have been kind of playing from behind.
And it's halfway through the round. I've just got word. G2 have already called a tactical timeout for the conclusion of this round. Very intriguing.
Romello not happy with how things have started here on border. That's very early to call a tactical timeout.
Not only a round count, but also midway through said round.
Exactly, in what is a very important map.
So clearly not happy with how much ground Faze are taking to the early.
This is still a very winnable round too.
30 seconds.
A lot of pressure around the site here for G2, but now starting to get aggressed upon. And Handy's still up above, so they can play the vert as well here, Faze. Gun barrel spotted. Next kill, so vital. And it's found from Alamount, but instantly traded by King. Cyber goes down to Stompin though towards Custom. He got 2 from that position to make it a 3rd. Oh, the King wants that crown.
Holy shit, man!
3 crucial kills from Stompin. Despite a 5v3 advantage for Faze, they do not take the site.
Okay, I think you go up over again, Cal. Play the Azam first, okay? Like, so if they go for a plant, like, you can close the window. Like,
okay.
I think, like, go above again. Because
I can also play.
Behind the map. So, like, look, like, maybe they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna repeat again. But if they repeat again, they go, like, maybe they go.
Not better, I played the Azam.
Remember of the whole stock. Wait, remember the whole stock? Then, like, okay, if they go below on Zach, okay? So, like, if they repeat again, like, going below, we are prepared for that. And if they do pockets, also let's be prepared for that. Okay. Also, like for the bank, look to me. Like I don't think like maybe don't ban the green ink because they can expect this. I think maybe ban one of the shields, okay? Because like so they don't ban the game, okay? Okay. If you ban the ink, they still gonna have like blitz glass or whatever, okay?
Romello is just
the words per minute.
Right, like I got 1 timeout. I'm going early. I better get everything I need to say out right now, and the words per minute needs to be studied.
He's got to have the fastest words per minute of any coach at the event by far.
The fact he's going to have to now sit back for the remainder of this map with so much on the line and not be able to have any influence from here. But what play from Stomp, and even that slight reposition at the end, forcing King to have to move over to clear him.
Holy shit, man!
I love that.
So cute. And it was looking a little bit scary, wasn't it, midway through that round? Faze did a good job clearing top floor security and break and being able to get vert control and then draw their attention towards site. Massive 3K for Stompin.
10 seconds to go.
24-15, by the way. He is now the top fragger in the series. 3-1 on the entry as well.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Remember, we don't need heroes out there.
Jumps on to Tuberal for round number 3 as G2 look to implement some of the tactics discussed in that 60-second tactical timeout.
And straight back to Armory Archives, one of the safer locations on border. Out of the tactical timeout, a little drone spot for King on the fuse. That's going to be super important in this round as well. Vulcan canister, I think I heard get popped somewhere. Could be wrong. We're atop these stairs.
Vidiking bringing this particular operator, the Fuse, to help aid in this utility.
This is a very direct hit right now from Faze.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. And the shield then doubles up later on as potential plant protection.
And they've got KDS lurking the other side of the map, so the Dokkaebi can call and then solo push, while Faze are then going more direct, although they've started to split off a little bit. Maybe more just temporarily. Cyber, the way that Cyber's positioned, it seems as if they still want to go really direct here. Dump those Candelas, get the smokes in, give a good opportunity for Cyber. That's a wonderful keep barrier.
Oh, Dokkaebi went deep, Dokkaebi went deep.
Got very deep right at the window. Denies Vidiking. That's kicked down, by the way. Doki makes the ballsy move to go into Archive.
Oh!
Doki's still alive. Oh, shotgun! The smoke criminal from Doki! But the round's not done as Souls finally shuts him down. The logic bomb activated from KDS. He needs to enter the building, but he cannot. He's shut down from Stompin'. It's only Handy in the 1v4 as Doki makes a huge hero play.
Very cheeky from Doki. And Faze's plan unraveled in real time.
Oh, Doki, take a bow. That's your round. Out of the timeout, back to top floor, back to the safe haven of Armory and Archives, and G2 come up and take the lead of the series now, 2-1. Attacker-sided map, and they've got 2 defensive rounds. Doki talking about what they want to ban. He's suggesting the Blitz. I think Romello also was talking about a shield ban as well to close the half. But it's the Ying.
Ying's army. Doki's body language may be suggesting it was a bit of a toss-up, not entirely sure. Big round for
It would be
G2,
funny
though.
if we see the Blitz immediately. Oh my god.
Well, they better shut it down.
They better shut it down, or Doki's going to be like, guys, I told you, ban the Blitz.
What a play here from Doki. Rushes in through the smoke and then somehow kills the Glaz. What?
Oh, that's just not human.
You almost got souls as well.
Just stopping Vidiking more than anything, that's already kind of job done. Then being able to kill Cyber, I mean, that's just the cream on top of the cake.
I mean,
Doki.
it was great disrupt though, right? They had this Thatcher out on Repel, prepped and ready to deny utility for plant denial, and Doki steps up and says, guys, I really don't think that this is a favorable position for the team. Again, disrupt roll, does a great job, nets the second kill. Amazing, big influence.
Well, that's why he's been a top 10 player at the event so far into
5
today.
seconds left.
And the Blitz will be
Attackers are
selected
heading out
for
to defuse the
Faze.
bomb.
Opting instead for the Ying ban, which was played twice, so there was utilization from Faze with the Ying. We go Vent Workshop now for the 4th round.
Quad Nitro cell lineup for G2 on this particular occasion. Not leaning into traps necessarily to deal with that Blitz. Explosives may be the backup plan on offer. And with the information that can be gathered from the Valk, we'll see if they can formulate a plan to not just deal with the Blitz, also expecting the Glaz to be highly influential. And maybe if they go rather direct here as well, the ROUs from KDS on the Sense could offer playmaking potential as well. IQ though on offer, so Cyber can counter Blaz. Good preset drones.
Stompin's just found that kill from security. Just picked the window. Free kill onto Handy. That's the Blitz dead.
Yeah.
Don't have to ban the Blitz if you can just find the free kill. Wonderful start to the round for G2. As Stompin now is 6-1 here on Border. Is there a response from Faze? Knowles poking, prodding. Well, Doki kind of just walked into that one. No trade either, and Vidiking will shut down Loira. Advantage Faze here in the 4th round, and with Soul still alive, this Glaz can continue to have a solid impact. Pushing through Fountain, he'll look to clear the rest of this top floor, and he can start to pressure Blaz. Blaz is going to be careful, ran straight into Souls. Lovely creeping and lurking from Souls on the top floor, but here comes Stompin. He's got 2. Sellermouth just needs to stay alive, but he's caught from Vidiking, and Stompen now must do it all. Needs the ace.
Do we see another clutch? 7-1 for Stompen. Can he make it 10?
No, he cannot. Cyber watching the doorway. Response from Faze as they take Vent Workshop, and we are tied at 2 apiece.
Better there from Faze. Great job flushing out the map. We saw a couple nice lurks employed as well. And G2 on defense caught out on a couple of occasions. Looks like Bathroom Tellers will be up next. Site choice, of course, of G2. Look back at that previous round. Souls on the glass was phenomenal. Sharp shot onto Doki, and then I don't think he was really necessarily expecting Blaz there. He raised his eyebrows, maybe suggesting that he didn't know he was there, or that perhaps that close. Stompen then found himself isolated over towards security, and despite having a strong start to the round, a 1v3, always low percentage.
And good cover as well. It's not going to be easy, G2. It's not going to be easy. You're not getting another 7-0. And you said it, Guz, as well at the end of Lair. He's got 7-0. They won't like that.
No. They want revenge.
10 seconds remaining.
And they also want to limit test this map, as you've mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't see Faze on board. This is a rarity.
Attackers are moving to defuse
They win
the
this,
bomb.
considering what's at stake. Well, then that's something that they can think about
Add it
moving
to the
into
map
playoff. Yeah, add it to the map pool. But Bathroom Tellers for the 5th round. G2 really trying to test the knowledge of Faze by going to all of the bomb sites.
Yep. Absolutely.
Drone out. Get this one intel.
For what it's worth, Cafe is the other permaban for Faze usually.
Deploying shock drone.
Jeez. Big throw, big arms from Vidiking.
Yeah, trying to disrupt the Goyo utility placed outside on this east stairs position. Well, not outside, just inside, but on the front of the map, of course.
Freebie. Top east stairs now a little bit vulnerable. And a little spot as well onto Loira.
Yeah, getting good insight on this hold. Office presence as well being employed from G2. Long haul as well, now spotted by Handy. Faze with good info.
And straight through for Handy into break. Off the back of the Lion scan from Cyber, straight towards 90. And Cyber is actually the one that found the opening kill. The Blackbeard has been traded from Doki. Great position though for Handy, but the Castle Barricade a nuisance. Just blocks off his position to be able to push over to Office. Oh, this is a big fight down below.
Drone going out.
Cyber versus Loira. Souls could look to push in top east stairs while Loira is being, well, accompanied, but Stompen was watching, and then Loira went back and took the battle against Cyber. Handy's been in a strong position for a lot of this round, but it's only now that he starts to make an impact.
Still over a minute to work with here, though, for Faze. Vidiking and Handy. Two absolutely insane players. If they can connect, there's every world in which they could wrangle this one back.
Have a drone in Office. You've got death marks available. Also a drone in waiting as well. Ball bang from here. Oh, he just spotted the feet. Ooh. Laura's going to have to run around. Doki gets caught, and then now suddenly the pressure back onto G2.
Blaz all the way over towards main. So quite a distance away. May try to cut off, though, this long angle, and he does exactly that through customs. But he now succumbs to the death mark.
He is targeted. They know where Blaz is. Laura in sight. Handy trying to flush him out from above. There's still 30 seconds. He'll push down metal. Handy has the angle. He'll keep on going. He trusts in that vendetta. He gets the kill. Laura, can he clutch now from sight?
20 seconds. What can Laura do?
Trying to take that fight against Vidiking, but he cannot. Now, oh, he opens the wall for Handy. Laura just made it all that much easier. Handy goes nuts on the Deimos, and Faze have taken the lead.
It almost worked. I think that little pre-fire was ambitious, but if it had have worked, could have been a massive difference maker. Would have had the opportunity to scatter back over towards bathroom, etc. Probably a round win.
Yeah, drink that water, Malik, because you can't talk now. Your timeout has already been taken. And G2 were typically up a player for the majority of this round. Good pick from Handy. Toki's like, ah. And then this is, again, just
I got
absolute
I got nervous for a moment when he missed the first spray, but the follow-up was great. Lair trying to deal with the Deimos. You're almost never going to win a 1 versus 2 with the Deimos.
And this is when that pressure, by the way, now comes back. 7-0 on Lair. It was great, smooth sailing it. Fist bumps all around, happy days, but now 3-2.
And even the loss on Fortress, right? We didn't go into that veto expecting much of G2.
It's overtime.
But there wasn't an element of pressure like there is now here on the final map.
And the pressure will continue to raise the more rounds that FaZe are able to acquire. But back to the safety of Armory and Archives. Now, it was won by FaZe in the opening round, but G2 then adjusted, won it in the third. Because it was that hero play from Doki that really made it difficult for FaZe. I do imagine he's going to be able to make the same hero play again.
I'm reloading.
Remember, the Warden band out makes this Glaz very strong.
Good for strength and cardio.
So far, early posture from FaZe on the other side of the map. Alamau, top waiting. Do they go hunting for him on the Legion?
Air jab deployed.
We're also playing around East Stairs, so those two need to be in sync with their communication.
Stompin's looked amazing at this security room position. Pillar, traditionally you will put your best fragger in this position, or at least someone comfortable, especially with longer lines of sight. So far, he's been successful. What do FaZe try and deploy now to counter that? They may send the Glaz forward on the front line. They also have the air jabs from KDS to try and lock Stompin in position, prevent more runouts. Alamau prompted now to offer some support. Rotates off. Cyber, down. Doki's back.
Finds that over towards Archives. Doki able to shut down Cyber, who was lurking around that entry into sight. So they lose that pressure directly close to sight. Souls, there is a smoke active. He just walks straight into it. Gets a good doorway position to cut off this angle. No one on the left side. Oh, battle! And Stompin can't win it towards security, but Blaz will shut down the Glaz in response. Similar to the previous round, G2 will continue to maintain that player advantage, and Vidiking very low. Humine in foot has to take that out. Trying to make that entry into break has been very difficult. Lair has been the nuisance towards the hallway, but finally as he backs off, they make entry. Triple stack towards the security break side of the map for FaZe.
Yeah, Electric Appeal took one more fight, but now safely inside of Archives. 3 versus 4, 50 seconds on the clock. Double flash for KDS, and Vidiking still, of course, with shield up, can play frontline, but he's so low on HP, a single shot, and he's in real strife.
KDS, top metal. Andy now starting to aggress in through Office. G2 will play side with numbers, and Lair shuts down Vidiking. The Blackbeard, no more. That low health comes back to bite him. KDS and Handy, outnumbered, low on time, and unable to win the swing battle with that hole in the wall. It was an easy down. KDS should fall. Lair gets them both, and we are tied at the half. Well, this match, hyped up after yesterday's result, is so far living up to the hype, let's be honest. It's been absolutely sensational. An overtime on the first map, a beatdown from G2 on the second, and we are now tied on the third. G2 are 4 rounds away from safety, but also 4 rounds away from elimination.
What a dilemma they find themselves in. Of course, for clarity, in case you maybe are just joining us for the final map, FaZe are safe, they are first. This match does not change that. But as we alluded to, especially after Lair, FaZe will have a chip on their shoulder. They don't want to lose to G2. They want to knock them out. And if anything, it frees up the bracket maybe a little longer into this tournament where FaZe are expected to thrive.
There's the Deimos ban. It's been so well utilized by G2 across the first 2 maps. Not available on Border, along with the Ying. Smoker's army will be the bans from G2. A lot of these rounds have been so scrappy. Multiple kills, multi-kills for Stompin and Lair, and Handy and KDS. Opening kills are pretty even, actually. In fact, 3 apiece. So the 3-3 scoreline is very apt. This has been so close. And Souls immediately onto the clash.
10 seconds
For context as well, the Brazilians will be cheering on Faze, not only because they are the Brazilian super team, but Black Dragons will be the ones to take the spot if G2 fall. So there's also that element as well.
That is actually something that we haven't spoken enough about in terms of the fate of Black Dragons. They lost today. Shopify Rebellion, if G2 are to beat Faze, they are the ones that make way and will be at the bottom of the group.
I'm reloading.
They're definitely sitting back and watching as everyone else is. The pressure on G2 in this half. Faze do not have the same pressure. It's not even close. Head into top B stairs for Lair and Alamau. Souls just gave it a little peek down the hallway on the clash. He's able to do that safely behind the shield. What can Cyber do here on the roam?
Spotted on drone from Blurs.
Has been spotted. Do they go hunting? Line scan, and they do get the kill. Wonderful clearance from G2. Wonderful drone work.
Yeah,
and the follow-up.
With the line scan, absolutely spot on from G2. They grind hard at the beginning of the round to give themselves the advantage, and they can now look to exploit that for the next minute 50. Opens up maybe a route for a little pinch elsewhere. They can split the attack maybe with a little bit more aggression. How do Faze respond? They still have the clash up, so Souls can open up more playmaking opportunities for the defense. Well, a couple of different positions, especially 90 become available with Big Nitro.
Oh my goodness. Well, Alamau 1-5 here on border hasn't been able to really get going in terms of frag power. He has to play that supportive role and let the young gunners do the work. Oh my goodness! A pixel angle from Handy finds the head of Doki. Surely Faze can't start with a defensive round win. It puts even more pressure than on G2. And outnumbered, you still now need to deal with this clash, but wonderful droning here from Lair. He spots 3 and spots 2 towards Fountain.
I know the setup. How do they deal with it?
Bitterking has actually vacated, now back over towards Armory. Lair down the hallway. You've still got to deal with KDS towards security. Handy then gets rid of Blaz, who is by himself. Lair stomping, pushed together, trying to clear out KDS. The flash landing on his head, but he slips back in towards the hallway, and Vitterking pressuring from top metal. Souls then goes for the flank on the clash. Stompin's by himself in the hallway. So low, well, he does get that kill. He's immediately traded. Faze take the lead. We go back and forth on border.
It was such a good start to the round for G2. Great isolation over towards lobby. Good combination of drone work early and Alliance scan. Top East control early into the round. They had pretty decent information as to the setup that was deployed from Faze. A lot of it centering around the clash. Alamau, unfortunately though, fell to that Nitro, and a sharp shot from Handy to secure the double kill onto Doki. All but secured the fate of G2 in that opening attacking effort.
3 rounds away from knocking out G2. This one's starting to reach fever pitch now. What have you got, G2? Playing with the pressure. Chip on the shoulder. Who's going to be the one to make hero plays? Who can be trusted in the clutch situations? Bathroom tellers for the 8th round. Faze do not look like a team that are on their permaban.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Sink or swim as well for Alamau was highlighted briefly on the desk, the reputation that he had garnered for not performing in high pressure situations, particularly against Brazilian rosters. And whilst there was a period of time, especially more recently, where he's been able to kind of shrug that notion.
But it's not about...
That story may come back here.
It's not about what's happened in the last 7 rounds. It's about what happens in the next few. Yeah. Forget the fact it's 1-5. Forget anything that's happened prior to this. Lock in, and you can still make the difference.
Searching for electronics.
Cyber on the Solus. Run around the map, get some information for Faze.
The drone work from G2
has been good.
In the last round, it was great. Actioning that information, though, the real challenge against the quality opposition.
Oh my goodness, Cyber, that was so close.
Activate the code.
Logic bomb immediately from Lair. Makes makes his entry into the building. Cyber's been forced back over to Customs. He's also got Vidiking over towards Waiting, so there is a decent amount of first floor pressure here from Faze. Cyber continues to just creep on by. Ring around the rosy with Lair. Lair has to be so careful, so does Blaz. Flash though is perfect, and the clear from Blaz. Oh, Lair then got Vidiking towards Waiting. They get 2 on that first floor. The last 3 for Faze, now top floor. Site is vulnerable. But if they want, with so much time left, they can reconvene and go for a top-down clear as well. They don't have to rush site. Souls is already forced to go play bathroom. Use the numbers, go back up, take the time. KDS though, catch the stompin', completely unaware.
And Alamau too far away for the immediate trade, but eventually lands it.
Reloading ammo.
Needed that one. Logic bomb rings out from Lair. But Souls, a little love tap, shuts down the Dockerby. But Alamau, here you go. That's why you forget the past and have the influence for the future. As Handy now the solo, Blaz will confirm the plant, and this is looking much better from G2. Alamau making amends. Can he find a 3rd kill in this round? He knows that Handy is stuck top east stairs. Handy does have a nitrocell, and he's just gonna swing on outside. That's so ballsy from Handy. But while he does find that kill, that time continues to shrink and straight into the arms of Blaz. We are tied once again on border. 4-4. Back and forth we go. And Vent Workshop, the next side of choice from Faze. I mean, Alamau dying at the end there is fine considering there's so little time left. It's more just a solo play from Handy that doesn't mean a whole lot for the round. Blaz then knows he's going to push back down these stairs. He sets up perfectly.
Alamau did
the job in the middle portion of the round by finding 2 crucial kills.
Yeah. Again, drone work in rounds 7 and 8 on the 2 attacks so far for G2 has looked really good. They're not getting caught off guard from what Faze are electing to play so far. Their read has been strong. No issues in that department so far.
10 seconds
Over to Workshop, round 9. Can Faze bite back?
5 seconds remaining.
Or can G2 make it 2 straight, get to 5, relieve that pressure valve a little bit? Final round in this second half before more bans will come through. Back onto the Yella for KDS. Solar's employed again. Goyo has been used in all 3 rounds. First time we see the Malusi and the Warden. So a change up here for Faze in the 9th round.
KDS under pressure.
Yeah, but he's dodged this well, and Cyber found a pick onto Blaz.
Loading new mag.
That was from Customs. Logic Bomb activated. They need to try and clear out KDS. They can't do so in a rushed fashion. They've lost the ace, lost that hard breach. KDS is not worried by this Logic Bomb, continues to stay around security. He's got help, Handy's there as well. The 2 players in there makes it very difficult to push into. Advantage Faze well and truly right now. Stomping on the Blackbeard, has to try and push in, but he needs someone to push with him. Lair in a good position, top east stairs.
Oh, position though, it's known. Yellow ping available for Faze. Line scan, stomping to progress. Triple wall opened, office exposed and ground taken.
Pushing towards Vidiking, who's inside of Archives. It's a heavy top floor hold from Faze. Only 2 players on the first floor. Alamau with a crucial kill. Has cleared out security. They can go back and get that kit now later in the round safely. Pressure towards Fountain. Cyber getting pressured in now to that hallway. Slips back in. He finds the kill. A reaggress from Cyber was so good. Lair is able to get one back through the wall, though. He now falls 2. Trade still in favor of Faze, and somehow it's a 1-for-1 trade that now leaves Alamau in a 1 versus 2 where Handy is excruciatingly low.
Winnable.
He has time.
Handy close left. A pre-fire swing will find the kill. Could he potentially also take out Vidiking? You've got the time, Alamau. And he will fall? No, he will stay top metal. He's trying to bait out the shots and get the information. Does he know where Handy is? Taking more so on the fight against Vidiking. Handy will stay tucked in. Alamau is unable to land the shots, and it's the shotgun up close from Handy. Alamau trying his best, but Faze retake the lead. 2 more rounds from Faze, and G2 are going home.
A good attempt from Alamau, but Faze composed. The final ban phase of Border. What does each team want to take out of play?
I'd maybe go Solus here at this point. It's been played last 2 rounds, good information gatherer. The clash also makes sense, but it was also only played once. The Glaz is interesting as well, considering it hasn't been used by G2. Messy round, but that's what Border can be like at times. Ooh. Just could never find this angle. Onto Handy, get the pre-fire swing.
Oh, Faze just,
and Handy just times the push. Yeah, they don't panic.
Did not give him an inch.
Facing elimination. It has been back and forth. But a problem now arises for G2 because we go back top floor. Armory Archives is unlocked now for Faze. This is such a crucial round.
So the Goyo in play from Faze to stall out a potential default.
5 seconds left before insertion.
We're going to see Alamau on the Monty. We are. A late attacker repick, a change in strategy for G2. This is the first time we will see Montang in this half.
Stompin as well, jumps on to the Brava. Doki sticks the Twitch. So a lot of util clearance potential is on offer here from G2. Doki especially will be eager to counter the Goyo where possible. Let's see how much impact he can have. Mirror as well, don't discount what he'll be able to offer in that department. It looks like the Goyo has... Oh, I was going to say it was going to be dealt with, but it misses the mark.
That could be so crucial. Now 5 of the last 7 rounds, G2 have had the opening pick. They get 6 of the last 8, but they have failed to convert on 2 of them. Handy gets away. After throwing that Nitrocell, and while it doesn't connect, he stays alive, and that's more important for Faze right now.
In the meantime, Alamau progressing over towards site. 2 minutes on the clock. G2 have time to draw out this denial utility on offer from Faze.
They're going for the plant. They're going straight for the plant behind the Monty shield. They're going to get pushed off it. Remember that Vulcan canister that didn't get popped? Well, now it's popped. And it forces back Alamau, and they lose Loira to Handy from below. That crucial miss of the Twitch drone meant they couldn't stick that plant.
And if they don't have control down below, planting at the doorway no longer really is an option. Forces a deeper plant. That brings the mirror window a little bit potentially.
Alamau's rotated off completely.
It's a pivot from G2.
They've got the time to do so. It's still over a minute. Certainly cannot panic in this situation. Still a 4 versus 4.
Faze have read it perfectly though. Yeah. Look at the position.
Faze are, by the way, nowhere near the site right now. Heavy emphasis on a security stack. They've read into this rotate from G2. They're ready for it. Handy and KDS inside of security. Alamau gets caught. No! On the side angle to Vidiking. He was too focused looking into security. The Monty goes down. Blaz and Stompin need to clutch this round or they face 2 elimination points. Blaz gets 1, but more required and quickly because time is running out. And you've still got to get through KDS. Blaz does have the kid and here comes Stompin.
Surely not.
And it is now down to Stompin. Oh no! In a 1 versus 1 as SI is always made for these plays, for these moments. Can Stompen make this his moment to tie this game up against Vidiking? He sees the shadow, knows exactly where he is. Tucked in, close right, 3 seconds left. He's got to run. Are you kidding me? Stompen makes the magic happen. Facing elimination, we go 5-5. You cannot write this script.
Oh my God! What was that?
He saw 3 seconds left and said, I have to sprint. I have to pull the shotgun out. I've got no other play.
The ups and downs of that round. My God. We saw the pivot from G2 and Alamau looks the wrong way. He dies. G2 trail and then Blaz and Stompen lay down fire, make it work. Vidiking trying to hold on, trying to play time.
2,
and Stompen goes bang.
I'm pretty sure I can see Doki's heart just pounding. The stress, the mental stress for G2.
10 seconds to go.
The young king saving the old king from
5
embarrassment.
seconds to go.
A reprieve for Alamau.
Attackers are
Can he
moving out to locate a
repay
bomb and
the
defuse it.
faith? Round 11, 5-5. Who can now get match and series point?
It's break point. Who can do it?
Well, you want playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be getting it very shortly. This is just but an appetite teaser. This is it.
One hell of an entree. So
the main course is coming soon. Don't you worry.
The Monty back in play.
Well, he's got to have the confidence now, Alamau, because that previous round to go down the way that he did, he knows such a crucial error. But you got to stay confident on the Monty with your positioning.
Yep. Of course, a site reattempt here from Faze.
I mean, absolutely. Hummer Archives, very, very strong site defensively. It was such a good read as well from Faze on the pivot rotate from G2 to then bring numbers over to security, meet them head on. And they were 1 second away from a 6-4 scoreline.
G2 off the Twitch this round. How do they deal with that on-site utility with Destruct drones no longer in play?
Yeah, they dropped to the Twitch and the Grim for the Ace and the Lion. Keep stomping though on the Brava, so you've still got the clutch drones, but as you said, these Vulcan canisters.
Probably indicative that the first plan here is office clear across. The Ace facilitates that. The pressure archives immediately. You can see Cyber under threat.
Well, play the Monty in this office clear across.
Sure.
And so this is a big round for Alamau.
Yeah.
Although Alamau's actually in break, by the way. He's just completely by himself in break. He does have Stomping outside. Lair is down below, first floor waiting. Everyone for Faze is top floor. There are no roamers, no lurk plays, no shenanigans here from Faze. They are bunkering down, playing this site. Lion scan activated from Doki. He's got no more. Handy playing this same position inside of security that he's been doing all half.
Ooh. Is this
He's
the
going
potential of the
for the metal stairs lurk. He needs to get this kill. Headshot, one tap, a second from the demon. He activates when needed most. Faze will be having nightmares. Match series point for G2. One more, says Ramallo.
That is an incredible heads-up play in the context of the pressure and the stakes of this match. To post up Alamau, feed that information, and allow Lair the opportunity to sneak up metal, act on that info, and to do so cleanly is remarkable. That is a massive moment. Without utility on the staircase, it left Faze vulnerable.
And Alamau went down.
Yeah.
But then the double from Lair, Doki Stompin also won theirs. Lair gets the last, he gets 3 in the round. G2 have at least got overtime secured, but overtime has not been their friend at this event. They have lost their last 3 overtimes straight. Get it done in regulation. You are off to playoffs. Black Dragons will go home. This round could decide it. The perfect time for Lair, for one of his special lurks,
5 seconds
his special pushes. He's now joined Stompin with 30+ kills in the series. 31-22, 7-4 on the entry, a 120 EPS. The highest rated player in the server in a crucial do or die is Stompin.
And for G2, now it's all about rolling this momentum forward. Don't freeze up.
But there was a team earlier today who was 6-5 up with a chance to secure their fate in playoffs. FearX couldn't get it done. Then lost in overtime and sealed their fate at the bottom of the group. The G2 follow that script. Lair straight top east. Vent Workshop for the final round of regulation.
4-1 split from Faze. Heavy investment on the top floor and Cyber to remain down below or at least on main stairs. So even the potential for him to 5-stack up above here on the roam for Faze.
There's one
clearance from Stompin is clean.
Helps with the entry through break. It's a very similar looking setup right now from Faze, playing this as if it is almost Armory Archives. Lair's got to be careful, but he's happy to take these fights. Pressure slightly off with OT secured. He can go for the more high risk, high rewards. Oh, Handy though! Off the back of the summer opening, Doki, his vision was obscured and Handy, he was able to hit the headshot. Doki's down. Opening pick for Faze. Handy, such a star of this game. You can never count him out. And the time dwindles down. The clock will become the enemy of G2.
Still a heavy hold. Everyone from Faze on the second floor. Somewhat of a lurk being deployed here by G2. Can they maybe draw attention back to side?
Glass is inside of towers, by the way, along with Stompin over in offices. So they are split right now, G2 on this attack. Souls goes down. Lair does find it from that angle. He got Handy, who went for the quick swing. He was looking for the trade. Lair activates advantage G2 now.
Still control above for Faze. Could that be a difference maker in terms of plan denial potential?
Oh no, Glass caught on the run. And there goes Lair. It couldn't come down to Stompin, surely. Again? To do it for G2? He's got Alamau, it's the young and the old, with 30 seconds left.
I'm reloading.
Alamau under the spotlight once more. Looking to have impact as Stompin collects Diffuser.
Yellow ping, has he got the ice in his veins? A shoulder shot into Vidiking, who's able to slip on by, get back over to Customs. 14 seconds, Stompin will have to plant. Alamau will have to cover. He's wary of the vert, wary of bot metal. Stompin playing the time perfectly. Got the kill on the Vidiking, and Alamau does his job. KDS, can he deny the plant? Stompin's got to stick it, and he will. Will he be denied? Alamau, you have to cover this. He has to get this kit off, and he will, and they do! G2 are playoff bound at the Six Invitational, escaping an almighty scare. They looked down and out, but boy, are they back. Sigh of relief, sigh for Alamau, for G2. But for Black Dragons, their time at Six Invitational comes to an end. They are eliminated, and G2 will move on. They've taken down the reigning champions. If they can refine form, who's to say what this team can do in playoffs?
What a performance from G2.